Hello and welcome to the Yggdrasil podcast. I am your host, Tosker. I have Rurikhan with me today, and he's the first guest of this year. I wouldn't want to have anybody else as my first guest of this year. Ruri, thank you for coming.
Well, thank you very much. That's quite a high bar to kind of like overcome, being just like the first one on the spot, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually happy we're recording this year then, because otherwise I would have been the last one of last year.
That's
Is
true.
That how that would have gone down?
Yeah, but that's a special spot anyway. That's a good. It would. You had a place of honor
I get
either
a
way.
special spot either way. Okay, that sounds good. How have you been doing?
I've been doing great. How has your year? How did your 2025 go?
Dude, the ending of my 2025, I would almost rather delete it from my memory. There's just like been way too much stressful stuff happening outside of content creation. So yeah, just like real life kicking me in the teeth repeatedly and relentlessly. It's been absolutely fantastic. And at the start of 2026, it just the good stuff just doesn't stop happening. I crashed into my neighbor yesterday.
Mm.
I mean, I say that it was like just a little small fender bender, but whatever. It's just it's like, bad stuff keeps happening, but you just you roll with the punches. It is what it is.
I did see your video on that. I hope your situation improves this year.
Me too. Oh man.
Okay. I have a bunch of questions for you since we really didn't talk for like the later half of 2025. And a lot did happen gaming-wise. So, I don't think we've talked about your thoughts on the Duskbloods, have we?
The Duskbloods.
Yeah.
We might have brushed up on it lightly, but if we did, it was probably before Night Rain came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that would have been the case. And since Night Rain, I've become a lot more optimistic on Duskbloods.
Were you negative about it before?
No, I wasn't necessarily negative because, From Software hasn't really disappointed me yet, with the exception of the Frigid Outskirts, of course. But
Of course.
Other than that, From Software hasn't really disappointed me. I even enjoyed the Rosane. I didn't finish it, but I enjoyed what I've played of the Rosane. So it's like, I don't know until you get to that point where, let's put it like this. Several years ago, I was a huge Blizzard fan, right? And Blizzard had given me no reason to not like them. And so I was like, anything Blizzard makes, I'm going to be into because they're awesome. And then eventually they gave me me and everybody else, lots and lots of reasons to hate them. I don't think From Software will ever do that. At least I definitely hope not.
Yeah.
But, I'm still at that point where it's like, well, they haven't failed me yet. And pretty much everything that I play from them, I end up enjoying a lot. So I was just, a little bit skeptical, I was like, man, I don't know, this is multiplayer. It's really kind of like something where they haven't, they do have multiplayer. They have like the PvP, but I never really take that stuff too seriously because latency, etc., getting backstabbed from the front. And it's, the type of shenanigans you deal with in those games. But the jolly cooperation, I love it, even though I wish it was more, I don't know what the word is, but more fleshed out. Like you talked about it for Remnant 2 and stuff like that, right?
Right.
You've already made like a bunch of videos on that topic. But, I also wish it was more kind of like that when it comes to their co-op stuff. So with Night Rain, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into. And when I got into it, I really got into it. I'm super hooked on Night Rain. And that is kind of just like made me even more optimistic for what we can expect from Duskbloods, because I feel like they have a really solid loop with Night Rain. And that's always the concern, is the loop going to work? And if they have a solid loop already, then they can kind of like draw from that and expand upon it for whatever their plans are for Duskbloods. Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same situation. I wasn't worried about the Duskbloods exactly because I have all faith in Miyazaki completely. I'm in the same position as you until he fails me or FromSoft fails me repeatedly over a series of years, the way Nintendo has. Then I'll start to doubt. But I was more worried about Night Rain, to be honest, because Night Rain had a bunch of disadvantages that Duskbloods doesn't. Night Rain is cheaper. It does flip assets more blatantly. It was not by Miyazaki. Miyazaki's not the director. It's the new guy, Ishizaki. And so I was just like, well, if anything is going to be bad, this is probably the one that's going to be bad. And it turned out to be super fun. Like I have nitpicks. Like in a lot of ways, I think it's a piece of shit. You know, it is kind of acid flippy. It is. I don't like the Deep of Night mode. It's too hard. It's so it's so hard.
This seems like a you problem, my friend.
You
He says, never having climbed out of like depth 3 or something like that. I don't know if I made it to depth 4. I might have been close to
it
depth
gets
4.
bad. It gets bad
Yeah, I
around
know.
depth 4 and 5.
Yeah, I know it gets real bad, but yeah, it's like the thing is, I like Depth of Night. I think it can be really fun,
Hmm.
but I do feel like once you start getting up and up into the deeper nights, I do think that it gets to a level where you're kind of like, okay, so at this level, you're playing this character with this thing. And I know that
Yeah,
there's players that have played all the characters solo, but the thing is, you're not, at least I feel that you're not really playing the characters the way that they're designed to be played. So, like, I highly doubt that anybody's running around with Guardian on Depth of Night 5 playing Shield and Halberd.
well, Guardian is
I don't
one of
think
the
that's what they're doing.
Guardian's one of the better Depth of Night characters. Actually,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, I know. I've
um
heard.
yeah, but it's really the R's. You know, the Revenant and the Raider. They can't do anything in Depth of Night because their whole gimmick is invalidated by the incredible amount of damage that they take. So like Guardian, like
Yep.
Raider's little punch and his whole ability. Oh, I'm going to tank through your attacks. No, you're not. Not in Depth of Night 5.
You're just gonna die, yeah.
Yeah. So it's poorly balanced, especially it favors the guys that just aren't going to get hit at all. Like those guys are the ones that are doing the best. And
Yeah, like what's his name? Archer boy. I
yeah,
forget his name.
Iron Eye with his
Terrible.
huge
Yeah,
damage,
Iron Eye.
and Wilder with his little, oh, I don't die every once in a while when I would have died.
You mean John Nightrain?
Yeah,
Makes
John
sense.
Knight
John
Rain.
Nightrain would be the best Nightrain character, right?
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Um, but I totally like the idea. The game needed more stuff like that. I like even some of the way that it works. It's just the balance is so tuned up. I can't I just can't do it. I'm gate kept from it because of my skill. I can crawl my way up to Depth of Night 4, but I will promptly get my ass beaten back down to 3 no matter how hard I try. Unless I guess
So
if you play solo, but I play always in groups. I like the group
yeah,
play.
the thing is, I actually don't think, and this is gonna be like this is one of my most controversial things. I always say this when people ask me about it. I don't think that they should have put in the effort to make the game soloable.
I
Should be three
agree.
players.
I
Just
agree.
like straight up. And then it's like when the popularity wanes down to like the point where I don't know, you have like 1,000 concurrents or something like that,
Then
then
do
you
it.
can put in solo.
Then you do
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
solos and duos and all of that stuff. But until that time, it should just be like all effort should be spent on balancing the game for 3 player. And I feel like we could have possibly gotten a better Deep of Night experience if the game had been balanced like that. But because by the time they've implemented Deep of Night, because I think Deep of Night came after they've done solos and duos, right? I'm pretty sure that was the case. Maybe the
Yes.
timeline's getting a little bit
Yes.
mixed.
Yeah. First
But
first they had normal, then they I think they added solo, and then they balanced solo better because a lot of people complained that it
no,
was too hard.
solo came right at the beginning as the game was
Oh,
coming out. You
okay.
already had
Okay.
solo. You didn't have duos.
Yes, that's what happened. You're right.
And then they started balancing like for solo duos, trios, and they're making this crazy hard mode. And I'm just like, I think it would have been better if it was just 3 players. It's designed for 3 players. That is what it is.
My
But
my
yeah,
issue with it was that solo was way easier than playing with 3 people. Like it's
I've
especially in
I've
the
heard arguments for both, but I don't play enough solo because I just don't think solo is fun.
it's
I
not
I go
it's
in solo and I'm just like, this isn't fun.
uh
It,
I
I guess
I think
I
people are
guess it can be fun
coping.
if you're
It's
playing.
it's not.
Yeah.
There's no argument for. But I think people are coping. It's way harder to play it not solo than solo, because it's. I think that maybe if you're the one dragging the team down, yeah, it's going to be harder in solo.
Damn. Maybe I'm the one dragging everybody down all along. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Self-realization is just hitting me like a ton of bricks.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. It's fun still, but what I really appreciated about Night Rain is basically what you were talking about before. The complaints and the praise that I had for Remnant 2 was that Remnant 2 had bosses that actually were designed for multiple people, and Night Rain's Night Lord bosses are actually really good multiplayer bosses, ground up, made for multiple people. Beautiful. It's like finally From Software is throwing their hat in the ring and like, this is what our co-op exclusive bosses look like. Obviously, you can still solo them; they're soloable, but they are capable of dealing with multiple targets effectively. And a lot of From Software bosses in Elden Ring and normal Dark Souls, they simply can't do that. Can't do it.
I had something else I was going to follow up with that. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you if did you play the DLC as well?
Yeah, I've been hooked.
How'd you like the new? I love how they just called it. Oh yeah, it's just a shifting Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a small little shifting Earth event. You know, nothing big, not a whole new map or anything. No, it's just a small shifting Earth.
I think it was desperately needed. I love the new map. I am confused by it, and I'm terrible at navigating it, but I'm so happy to have a new map. I was so sick of looking at Limgrave's aesthetic all the time. That's been my it's been my number one complaint about Night Rain since the beginning. I was warning everybody around me. There's only going to be the Limgrave map. It says so right here in the promotional stuff, and nobody believed me. They're like, "That's crazy. There's no way. There's going to be Liurnia maps and Altus Plateau maps. There's no way there's only going to be Limgrave maps." And I'm like, "No, you're wrong, and we should all be worried about it." Now it's just kind of, if anything, I think that's not enough maps. 2 maps? No, I want 4, 5. It's not.
I mean, of course, you want more content, but the scope of Night Rain has always been experimental and limited. I don't expect them to expand much more than what we've already got.
No, we're where we're gonna be. I think. I don't think there'll even be more DLC.
I think that sucks because I think that there's so much more, room to grow with this game now that they've done it. But I think that their purpose now is like, we're going to use what we learned here, and Duskbloods is going to be giga like, buffed in terms of development from the stuff that we've learned with Night Rain. That would be what I would expect.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, I can't really. I put 200 hours into this game this year, so like. I may have problems with it, but it doesn't really matter. It's so much fun. Like, it's good. Like, it doesn't matter if
makes me curious how many I've put in. 224. Okay.
I'm going to catch up, don't worry.
I have more hours than you. I mean, but a lot of times, like, I'll just be not knowing what I'm going to be doing, and Cowboy's just like, "Hey man, I'm going to play Night Rain. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Mm-hmm. Because playing with Cowboy, you get the benefit that you have like the human GPS. Just you get to really just chill and do your thing while he's just like driving the car. He's driving the car and you're like on the turrets as you're going through. Your head's on the swivel, just murdering things. It's fantastic.
I'm the same way. I like to not be the guy directing us. I'm just point me what to slash at, and that'll be good.
I feel like in my age, I've become much slower at judging what is the important equipment. So I'll be like, and when I was playing Scholar, because like on the first night of the DLC, Cowboy wanted to play, Dami Mommy, and Ark wanted to play Dami Mommy. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to play the Scholar then, because otherwise it's going to be you guys playing this other class. And the Scholar was even harder because I'd be like, okay, so now I have to manage picking up items for myself and at the same time picking up consumables all the time, which I've always ignored for the majority of the game. I have to be using these consumables nonstop. I have to be doing all these things. There was one time where it was me, a friend of mine, Wada, and Ark, and we had done like this whole run to prepare to go kill Dreglord, and I had buffed up the fire bombs all the way, and then we go to kill him, and we lose. And then they're like, "Oh, by the way, did you use the fire bombs?" And I was like, I literally had my whole inventory filled with fire bombs. I didn't throw a single one. They were all max level too. I didn't throw a single one the whole fight.
I'm the same way. I can't deal with scholars managing stuff. I'm barely, especially if I'm leading. If I'm leading the group and then also have to looking in the churches and picking stuff, can't do it. Can't do it. I suck at it.
But I really liked playing the scholar though.
He's
The scholar's
great.
so much fun. He's so much fun, dude.
This is my main thing about Night Rain is that the bespoke characters are so good in how they change up this. I remember a long time ago I saw a video talking, I think it was by Matthew Matosis, and one of the claims that I didn't agree with watching that video was that Souls gameplay is not really that good. It's not really that good. If
I hear people say that shit all the time, and I'm just like, okay, sure thing, bro.
yeah, I hate that claim because it's not. I really do like the Souls gameplay. Honestly, it's got its own unique appeal, and I don't want to go play Devil May Cry anytime I want to play an action game. Sometimes the action games, like Souls games, it's not just about reading lore for me. It's not just about the exploration. It's actually just the gameplay. And Night Rain just distills it all down. It's just constant, only the gameplay. And then here, let me liven up your gameplay by changing your base movements and not movement, your base combat abilities to something cool and different so that you can interact with that same gameplay in unique ways. It's perfect.
Yeah. I really like the fast pace that you get, but you're still getting that Souls combat. I think I even made a joke about it when we first played the beta. It's Elden Ring for Zoomers.
Mm-hmm. But it's good.
It is. It's Elden Ring for Zoomers,
not pejorative,
but not bad. It's good.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering, are you a Raider main or a Guardian main?
Guardian.
Because okay,
I'm Guardian.
Yeah,
100%.
Because I was like, it's either Raider or Guardian. It's the big bonk or the shield. It's one of the two.
It's always going to be the shield. Shield is my jam. He's absolutely my favorite character. And it was very frustrating going with him into Deep of Night, because when you're playing with a group, you still have to be playing with the shield and all of that stuff. Again, I don't know how people are doing, Depth of Night 5 with solo Guardian, but I highly doubt it's like blocking and halberd, because the damage is terrible. You just don't deal enough damage. I mean, I guess you can kind of like hope to get the relic that gives you the invader stuff, and then the jail stuff, and then there's probably some other ones that also increase, because that's what I was doing. I'm like, we had to do the jails and the invaders when we were like really high up on the knights, because otherwise it would be just damn near impossible to even have a shot at killing the boss.
I guess we to like wrap up Night Rain, I want to know, what did you think of the DLC? What did you think of all of the bosses, the regular bosses, the Everdarks, and the DLC bosses?
So the only Everdark we got was Balancers, right? We haven't gotten Elder Dark Dreglord the same way that we never got Elder Dark. What's
Hailstorm,
the Night Lord.
Yeah,
we
Hailstorm.
didn't get any of those two. But the Everdark Balancers, those were really hard, but we did get them down. I mean, I like those because it's those type of again, I understand that this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it takes me back to my raiding days, except it's not as big of a commitment. Because I used to raid back in like World of Warcraft, and even during Final Fantasy 14, raided for a little bit, and it always involves failing repeatedly until you figure out the strat. That's just kind of like the way that it goes. And I like doing that. I like throwing my head against the wall repeatedly and try to figure out, okay, how are we going to beat this phase? How are we going to beat that phase? How are we going to handle this? How are we going to handle that? We started settling on the stuff that we're going to do. I think that the big thing for us to kind of like beat the Everdark Balancers was Scholar Ult.
Yeah, he's great.
Scholar Ult will shred through that fight, so that's kind of like how we did it. But I'm sure that there's better, maybe not better, but different ways of handling that fight. I'm pretty sure that it's doable in many different ways, but it's just like, that's the thing. It's finding out what's the piece of the puzzle that's going to work for you, and then employ that on a fight. That's something that I like, but I understand it. Not everybody likes it, but whatever.
I'm fond of the 40-minute run back. It's like you get this one chance to prepare as much as you can. You try and figure out the fight, and there's an expectation that you're not going to like get it right away. I remember when Night Rain came out, half of my Discord was like stuck on Gladius. Couldn't get past Gladius. 7 hours of Gladius runs and they still didn't get
So
it.
the same thing happened in the review Discord. Like there were people who were stuck on Gladius like 2 days before the review embargo lifted. A lot of us were trying to like get people through the thing so that they could go ahead and see a couple of the other bosses before they put out like an article or something like that, which was really funny. But a lot of people also made it through, but there were still people that were like kind of hard stuck on Gladius. Player
Yeah.
pool was also much more limited back then, so there's also that.
Uh, I like the challenge. I like the difficulty. It does remind me of raids where you're just experimenting, like with Libra, Everdark Libra. It took me 3 days of figuring stuff out to be able to deal with him and his little, because it was terrible because like what my players were like. One guy was a raider, I was an executor, and if that executor
Executor.
came at me with that Eleonora's shit, it was over.
Oh yeah, I forget exactly how we did Everdark Libra. I think we got kind of lucky on the sequence of events,
Hmm.
but yeah, Everdark Libra was always one that we didn't want it to get. Yeah, hell, in Deep of Night, even regular Libra will just
Yeah.
beat you down into submission. I think the thing about Libra is also the problem that it's very hard to get madness weapons in the game when you're leveling up. So like
Yeah.
every time somebody was able to squeeze out like a spear. What's his name? Jesus, why am I so bad with names, man?
Bike spear.
Vike, Vike's War Spear. Anytime somebody pulls out Vike's War Spear, it's like, oh, thank God, bro, a good madness weapon. Hell's yeah. So yeah, that was good. Although you want to know what is my favorite weapon of Night Rain as a guardian, by the way.
It's gonna be a hammer.
Nope,
Nope. What is it?
nope.
Great spears?
It's I think it's Godric's, the fist weapon.
The fist weapon.
Yes.
Why?
The little dragon thing that you equip as a fist weapon.
Oh, yeah. That
Dude,
thing's strong.
that is so good.
Yeah.
You put that on a guardian, and I'm just like smacking away, bam, bam, and I'm just like, bear witness. It's like a little fire spews out. It's especially good for the ice dragon, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, me and names, but it's especially good for that one. But I would use it all the time. Every time somebody would pick that up, they already know. Oh, this one's for Ruri. Yep, 100%. Just give me the fist thing, and I'm happy. And there was actually a time where, for whatever reason, Ark would get that drop every time that he would play with me. He wouldn't get it when he played alone, but whenever he played with me, for whatever reason, it would always drop for him. It was like 3-4 games in a row. But it's like, oh, I got your weapon. I was like, good, we're sorted. Let's go. So much fun. Yeah, that weapon's really good. I like it a lot. I do think though that there is something that should be improved in Night Rain, which it's not going to happen at this stage of development, but it's kind of like the same complaint that I always have whenever there are things that are just way too RNG. And for a good while, it was the relics, because
Oh.
that's what was hard gating me outside of leveling up in Depth of Night. Because like all my friends had Invader and Jail, the
Relics.
thing where you get stronger from breaking a jail or doing Invader camps, stuff like that. And I didn't have the Invader one, as in I didn't have it at all in any color, in anything, let alone being able to put it on my build. I just straight up didn't have it. So I was trying to get it for the longest time. Then eventually it dropped, and we were, very quickly able to rise up the ranks again. And I was just like, see, that's a problem. Because like we were getting hard kept back over something that none of us could control. Because somebody in our party couldn't get a specific relic that he needed. And to me, that is a problem. Like there should be something, especially when something is as powerful as that relic. There should just be something that's like, okay, you can like fuse these things together, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, spend like 1 million merc, whatever the crap. Like, sure, make it a grind. I don't care. but like give me the thing that I need. It's not even the thing that I want. It's the thing that I need. I want it, yeah, but I straight up need it to be able to progress more. And that is a problem. And then, obviously a lot of people were modding relics because like at least Art kept telling me about these videos that he would find about like, oh yeah, this guy has got a relic that's +4 physical attack, and it also has the invaders thing on it. I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure the chances of that happening are perfectly reasonable. And for some reason, you just happen to see like videos from 3 different people that have this same relic.
Yeah.
Sure. 100%. Yeah, I've never seen it. Hell, I've never even seen anything that's more than attack +2 or whatever, right? Let alone attack +4 with the invader thing on top of it.
Yeah.
But I can't even blame those people for editing relics because the damn system is just so completely RNG that it's like, yeah, it's just unreasonable. And, we put an unreasonable system in front of people, people are going to do unreasonable things.
I don't like the relic system because it's got nothing. It's total RNG. It's total RNG with no ability to input anything. And
there's some that are pre-made, right?
Well, yeah.
Like the ones you unlock and whatnot. Yeah.
I don't want those. I want attack up +4 on the same relic. It has attack up +2 when you freeze someone on the same relic that has attack up +2 when you poison someone. I want it all.
Yeah. You want crazy combos.
Yeah,
sure.
I want all that shit. The thing is, I've always thought that the Safi Jiva system would do well here. So like in Safi Jiva, you take your Safi Jiva weapons and then you roll for like the next thing in your thing, and then when you finally get something you like, you set it, and so it can't change. So like that, or what you were saying with the merge. So you take a relic and it has a skill that you want. Well, you can like destroy the relic, spend a bunch of merc, take that skill and place it into a different relic, overwriting one of its skills. That'd be perfect. That'd be great. Do that for me, please. Let me manipulate it anyway in my favor so that eventually I'll get the relics that I want to have, even if it's a grind, because that would incentivize me to play more because I want the merc to do all this stuff. Please.
Yeah, that would indeed be good. So if you're not into that type of RNG, oh man, do I have some bad news for you.
Oh.
You probably already heard all about it, so I don't know if you want to bring that up or not, but yeah.
If it's Monster Hunter Wilds related, I've kind of kept my nose clean from it. I haven't spent any time looking at it.
Oh, okay, then I will say nothing then, unless you ask me.
Oh, go ahead. Go for it.
So have you heard of Gogma Ardian weapons?
I heard that Gogmazio was there, but I didn't see anything about his system.
So imagine Ardian weapons, right?
I'd rather not.
How you were rolling for attack, sharpness, affinity, all of that stuff, and usually you'd want a variation of like, oh, I want 4 attack and 1 sharpness, something like that, and you're just like gambling to get those things.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that those things have levels.
Uh-huh.
So instead of getting just attack, you now have attack 1, attack 2.
So there's way 3. More of each. I see.
Yeah, so there's a lot more RNG to the whole thing. Same thing for sharpness, same thing for affinity, element boost, whatever. All of those now have levels. And so that's something that you can get using Gogmazios materials. You just keep rolling. And let's say if you already have, like I did, a gun lance that has all attack, which was like the perfect roll for a gun lance because you don't really care about sharpness for the most part. Now you get to roll those attacks and hope that you get like 2 attack EXs and then 2 attack 3s and 1 attack 2. And that's the new perfect roll. Except you might not get any of that. You might just still stay with like, okay, so here's an attack 2, an attack 3, another attack 2, whatever, and you keep spinning that until eventually you get better rolls than what you have. Then there's another thing, which is when you upgrade a weapon from Ardian to Gogma Ardian, you get a set bonus on that weapon and a group bonus.
Okay.
Naturally, you have no control whatsoever of which bonuses you get, and then you just get to re-roll those and hope that you get the combination that you want.
I guess like the reason for is GOG's the last update, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, turns out I was wrong. Title Update 4 was the last big. There's still like 2 updates coming in February or whatever. We're getting Arc Tempered Arcfeld.
Okay.
But yeah, the January there's going to be like a maintenance update where we're going to get some more graphical options and whatnot. And then in February there's going to be further performance optimizations, and then Arc Tempered Arcfeld.
Okay. Maybe it's because it's their last update. They're like, well, we need to give them something to busy themselves, I guess, for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I've never
I guess that was the idea.
I've never liked really my favorite one was really the Safi Jiva system, because that one was random, but it got progressively less random, and you could make progress towards your goals by eventually making the weapon how you like it. It was still a big grind, but you could see progress as you were doing it. It would still like unreasonable if you're wanting 14 weapons and 14 different elements with each weapon. The ultimate electric sword, and then the ultimate electric dual blades, and then one for each thing.
You remember how they would keep tabs on how many times you roll the weapon? There was a way to see it. I forget if it was like the weapon level or whatever, but you could see how many times you roll the weapon.
Okay.
I rolled a weapon 200 times and I did not get the set bonus I wanted. Actually, it was more than 200 times. I forget exactly how much it was, because it just got to a point where I save scummed, and I never save scum.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro.
I'm not doing this.
I'm not rolling this weapon 200 friggin' times, not get my thing, and just say, yeah, no problem, bro. Just like take 50 hours worth of materials away from me. Why not? Sure.
Yeah. And then Safi itself it's not a short fight. Like that was not a short fight.
I've never had problems with that streamer privilege. You boot up a stream. I mean, hell, I fought both Safi, Alatreon, and Fatalis way more than I needed to give back to the community as well. But I've never had problems. Same way that I don't have problems, doing Savage Omega. And I also did the same thing where I fought him way more than I had everything I needed from Savage Omega by like day 2. But I was like, I'm gonna keep. I did Savage Omega for like 2 weeks. Maybe even more.
How was he, by the way? Was he a fun fight?
Back to as many people as possible. Oh, I loved it. I adored it. A lot of people did not like it at all. They thought it was some bullshit, but it's soloable. You can do them with just support hunters. It's not necessarily a super fun fight, because it's, for some strange reason, it seems that Alessa performs really well for some people, and then for others, she just absolutely sucks. So yeah. I don't know. Alessa's the lance user, so she would be the tank.
How would you compare this one to Behemoth? Because Behemoth was one of my favorite bosses in World.
I like Savage Omega more.
Okay.
Yeah, because Behemoth, the Charybdis stuff is just way too annoying. And it's way harder to get done with randoms, because like a random places a Charybdis poorly, that's it. That's the run. It's over.
Wow.
I mean, at least back in the day with the gear that you had available to you. Nowadays, it's probably not like that. But yeah, back in the day, it's like you have one Charybdis out of place. That's it. The run is done. You have to restart. And with Savage Omega, you can get away with a lot more mistakes. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that are a little bit tighter. But I don't know. I just felt that Savage Omega, while remaining on the same level of difficulty, was actually less frustrating.
Okay.
I know that a lot of people will disagree with me on that. I can't wait to read the comment section. It'll be great.
I guess since we're talking about Monster Hunter Wilds, we can touch on Monster Hunter Wilds for a bit. I let it be known though, I did not bring up no Monster Hunter Wilds.
It was me. Here we go.
It was Rurikhan. So I haven't played it since I made my negative review on it, and I made I'm really not the type to I actually just didn't like it. I didn't like my experience with it. And
I think what you did was fine. Like you said your piece, you left.
Yeah, I left. Went away.
I've seen so many people farm the crap out of it. I'm talking about people that don't even play Monster Hunter. Okay, people that don't play Monster Hunter farmed Monster Hunter just for the drama.
I figured.
And I'm not talking about 1, 2 I'm talking about weeks worth of videos nonstop, just like farm. Just like the guy that does He does performance analysis stuff. Like
Okay.
I think there was a time during the Christmas season, bro put out like 5 videos or something ridiculous like that. I'm just like, what the hell? And the funny thing is, it's like the first video is it's like, oh, there's no difference, or it's actually worse. Then the other video is like, oh, I actually made a mistake when I was looking at this, and I was like, bro, what is going on? Like the farming is insane.
Yeah, I do
And
recall all the
you still
performance
have
people.
people, you still have people that would like come into the streams, not just mine, just to shit on the game.
Hmm.
It happened all the time. I'm just like, wow, you guys really like this game. You just can't tell it to yourselves because just keep coming back. So it's like, I think that you had your criticisms. You don't like a lot of things. I had my criticisms as well. But at the end of the day, like I said, even in your podcast, like it doesn't stop me from enjoying the game. And when did you stop playing? It was around Title Update 1. It was before Title Update 1?
It,
I
it
forget.
it was before Title Update 1. It's
Bro,
basically right before it's happened.
you missed out. Bro. Oh, man. Because like after Title Update, not Title Update 1, but Title Update 1.5, I call it 1.5. It was when they did the Akuma stuff.
Hmm.
They added 8.5 monsters. That was when the whole thing shifted for me. I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. So they increased the difficulty. And a lot of people didn't like the 8.5 monsters.
Hmm.
But I personally, I was like, this is what I want. Just give me a way to like control how to get 8.5 monsters. I'm a happy camper. I will be here just having the time of my life. And then eventually they one up that and they went, now there's 9.5. Like, if you can imagine Gore Magala, right? Gore Magala was hard when it was 7 stars, 5 strength, whatever. That was like the hardest thing in the game, if you remember back when you were playing it.
Yes. That was difficult.
8.5 is significantly harder, and now there's a 9.5. 9.5 will clap you relentlessly. It's great. I love it. So when they added 9.5s, I was like, this is peak. But I didn't expect it because some of this stuff feels harder than Master Rank.
Hmm.
But to me, I'm like, I love this. This is fantastic. I'm having the time of my life. Which is why, I kept enjoying the game because they just kept upping the ante. And then they come out with Savage Omega, which is like one of the hardest things. Like for instance, if I go do Savage Omega right now, even if it's with a group of people that have dealt with Savage Omega, there's still a chance we'll fail because it's just that hard. Even with, by the way, with gear now that is above the gear that was available when that monster came out.
What do you think that means for Master Rank? Do you think that they're going to
I
tone it
have
down
no idea.
and then ramp it back up after Master Rank with updates, or do you think it's just going to, okay, this is the default. Here's just the default difficulty of just going through Master Rank. Have fun.
That's just the thing. That is a question that people have asked me that a bunch of times, and I've asked myself that, like, where do they go from here? Because the bar is set really high going into Master Rank. I don't think they can do something harder than Savage Omega, which, by the way, Gogmazios is significantly easier than Savage Omega. So I don't know where they go from there.
Hmm.
If they make it even harder, which, by the way, the type of difficulty that you have with Savage Omega is very much the twitch reflexes type of difficulty, because like you need to be able to read the boss really fast, know exactly what's going to happen, and move away, dodge, prepare a reaction to what the boss is doing. You need to have somebody actually tanking the boss, like an MMO encounter, because if they're not tanking the boss, the party's going to have a really bad friggin' time. And the person tanking also needs to have guard 3. Otherwise, they're getting clapped relentlessly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff to the way that it works. And if you amp that up, you're talking about the rhythm of the game that is faster than Sunbreak.
Faster than, okay. Wow.
Yeah, like if you go above what, because Savage Omega is just really, really fast. So you have to adapt really, really fast. And there's even like obviously a DPS check at one point, which is something that they've been doing. And the DPS check is where a lot of people were / probably some still are hard stuck. because it really is challenging. You really gotta be fast. You really gotta deal a ton of damage super efficiently while there's a million different things happening around you at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So going into master rank, if they continue to amp that up, you're gonna get, you're gonna get to the level of Devil May Cry on master rank, which is crazy. So I don't know how they're going to do it. I think that likely what we'll end up getting is they're gonna ramp the the speed and the pace a little bit down, and they might increase the damage or something. I don't know. Maybe make monsters a little bit more predictable so that people actually react. Because that's the other thing. They've also increased everybody's how should I say this? The fluidness of the combat. So like for instance, Gunlance can go into block faster. Charge Blade can go into guard points faster.
Mm-hmm.
Longsword can I'm assuming they can quick sheath faster. I forget exactly because but every weapon got something where it got faster with the latest patch.
Wait. The latest patch? I thought you meant just in general the game.
No. With the latest patch, with
wow.
The introduction of Gogmazios, like everything became fast. I'm not talking about wilds like, Gunlance blocks faster on wilds, which it did.
Yeah.
Now it's even faster.
Oh, wow.
Than it was before. Like I'm able to pull off blocks that I couldn't pull off before this patch.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that because like recently I've also been playing around with Charge Blade. I'm able to pull off guard points that I wouldn't be able to pull off before. Because it's just faster. So that's the thing. I don't know how they're going to, do master rank stuff, but the game is even faster than what you remember at this point.
Yeah. See, I find that worrying because that really was one of the issues that I had with it to begin with. I think I do a lot of streams, and in my streams I just play a lot of old games. And one of the things that I did after Monster Hunter Wilds is I went and played 3U for the first time. I did all of 3U low rank, which I loved. It was great. And I think that I just came to the conclusion, I'm not sure I even want to do the expansion for Monster Hunter Wilds. I think I may sit out and wait till the next one and see where things go. And maybe not even the next one, because
if they slow it down.
Yeah, if they slow it down. Because maybe not even the next one, because the next one might be a portable title like we had with Monster Hunter Rise, and the portable titles are traditionally at least are faster. So like maybe 8 years from now when they came up with the new mainline Monster Hunter, and then we'll see.
I'm gonna be 50 by then, dude. Like literally.
It's fine.
52 actually.
It's fine. We'll have you on the podcast with our canes all decrepit and shit, being like, all right, what do you think?
Oh, that grumpy old man. I'm already the grumpy old man. I'll be the grumpier old man by then.
Yeah. Hopefully, if it's actually a good if that does happen and they do manage to slow it down, because we won't be able to fucking keep up with anything at 50. We need it to be slower.
Like, you know how you get the colder days? Sometimes I actually struggle to keep up with wilds because, like, your hands haven't warmed up yet. So, like, at the very beginning of the stream, because I already have, like, all kinds of messed up carpal tunnel in my right hand, it's like, I would be like, oh, man, I can't mash right now, bro. Just, like, doing these power clashes is wearing me down. I can't mash. I need to like warm up my hand before I'm stream so that I'm able to mash buttons to do power clashes and crap like that.
I am curious what happened with the performance, because the performance was always kind of a controversial thing because it wasn't great on release, but usually that stuff gets better. And just from seeing how the internet reacted, it's like, did it get worse after I left? What the hell?
So I think, considering that you left after Title Update 1, so what happened with Title Update 1 is that Capcom messed something up. You know how you always have the shader compilation thing?
Mm-hmm.
So when they applied Title Update 1, there was no shader compilation step when I booted up my game. And I was like, oh, that's strange. And then my game's like barely playable. So the first thing that I just instantly Googled, how do I clear the shade cache on Monster Hunter Wilds, whatever. And there were people that were having issues. And, obviously somebody's already figured it out. So I go to the folder, I delete the shader cache, launch the game again, boom, problem solved. But naturally, not everybody's going to do that.
Yeah.
And so for a large portion of the player base, nobody could play the game. It was literally unplayable because it was a slideshow, because it didn't cache the shaders. And without caching the shaders, it was trying to stream them in real time. Now, if you were to leave the game on for a considerable amount of hours, it would eventually just do it by itself. But everybody's just oh, it's not working properly. Shut it down, turn it back on. And so it would never fix the problem. And, I tried spreading the word. Let's, everybody, let's reset shader cache, et cetera, et cetera. I'm trying to fix people's problems. And people are like, you fucking shill. This is all your fault. I was like,
making excuses for them again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not making excuses. I'm trying to fix the issue.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to help people to play the game again. That's all I want. But yeah, so I got to eat a couple of more shit sandwiches over that. But yeah, that was a huge problem. And then eventually they were able to fix that with the next title update, but they had lost a bunch of people. So the performance went up and down. And then depending on your hardware, because there's another thing, and people will call me an apologist over this, but it's I don't care. This is just the truth. NVIDIA fucked up drivers.
Okay.
Relentlessly. They fucked up drivers during the review process. Cowboy had a bunch of problems during the review process. So the drivers when we were reviewing the game were bad. And then in the following months, the drivers were just garbage on NVIDIA GPUs for a good long while. AMD actually had decent drivers, but for instance, for Title Update 4, it was the other way around. The AMD drivers were shit. My drivers right now are I don't know, friggin' several months old, simply because the newest driver is extremely problematic for Wild. So a lot of people aren't seeing performance benefits because they have the most recent drivers, which is to be expected. Oh, there's a driver update. Let me update my drivers so that I get better performance. Except it doesn't work like that. The current drivers are actually bad. And so because the drivers were also bad when the latest leak for Path of Exile 2 came out, I had to downgrade the drivers for that. And then I was thinking to myself, oh, this is going to be problems for Monster Hunter Wilds. But luckily, the same drivers that were problematic for Path of Exile 2 were also problematic for Monster Hunter Wilds. So I actually had good drivers for Monster Hunter Wilds by the time it came out. So I saw a performance improvement. It was pretty good, more stable. A lot of people told me they saw performance improvements. A lot of people said that they saw no difference. And a lot of people said that it was worse. So I don't know what the performance is like right now, but definitely Capcom is struggling with it between the performance, the bad drivers, the bad GPU series of the 50 series, which was garbage for the most part. There were a lot of issues with the 50 series. Yeah, it's not just Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter also is exceptionally bad with the performance. It's better now, at least for most people from what I can tell, but it's still not perfect. And they're doing more on this month and then February. But I don't know what the future is looking like after February, because I think that the February update might be the last performance update for the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue still remains. I have people telling me they're running the game fine on a 1070, and then I have people telling me that the game runs like ass on their 5070. And the funny thing is, nobody ever mentions the processor they're using. And it's you understand, that's also very important, the processor that you have on your computer. Because you might be getting bottlenecked. And I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. And especially now with RAM prices going up, I don't know what the solution is going to be, which is the even worse part.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, because you would know. You've spent all of this time, and this is kind of a controversy. Again, I made no secret of it. I made a video. I didn't like Monster Hunter Wilds, and I didn't like what it said about the direction of the series, and I was really hoping that at some point in the future they would tone it back to even slightly below World, closer to 4U, which was my favorite of the old games that I've played so far. Do you think that I think it had a negative review or a mostly negative review when I saw it on Steam last? Do you think all of that is only or primarily, like mostly 80% of that is just the performance stuff that it was doing?
I would say 90% is performance.
Okay, so it's not, you don't think that there's a sizable number of people that just didn't like Wilds fundamentally, like I did? Like, now that you've spent a lot of time in the community, do you think that's just not, like, it's doing great, it's did fine, and it's not anything for Capcom to think about going forward?
I can pull a number out of my ass from my perception in the community. I would wager that the people, not necessarily that share the entirety of your opinion, but can align somewhat with the opinion that you have, and to some extent that I have, because I would also like the pacing to be slowed down. I like this. I think it's fun. I think I would like it better if the pacing was slower. This is something I've never made a secret.
Yeah.
I think that the people that would align with you on that is likely within the 20 to 30% range
Okay.
of the community.
Because I've seen signs of it being, well, you tell me what you think of the signs. I saw the sales for Monster Hunter Wilds stagnated really badly after release. I was looking at a chart of their, I think their earnings from things like Resident Evil 2 and Monster Hunter Rise, and Wilds was like at the bottom, with Rise and Resident Evil 2 doing way better than it, which was, very surprising. Like, you wouldn't think that.
There's another thing when it comes to those. Those old games go on sale all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like, oh, this one costs not 80 on Steam, it'd be like 70, but on consoles in Europe, this one costs 80 euros. The old one costs 20 or 30 because it's like heavily discounted. People are going to buy the old one.
Yeah, because a lot of people that haven't gotten into it, and then they get, they have an option.
That's not all the reason. Like, I think a big portion, 100%, well, not 100% isn't 100% of the problem, but my certainty is that a big portion is due to performance. And then there's a smaller percentage that didn't get it based on the fact that a lot of the several portions of the experience have been streamlined. Like the fact that you can just, for instance, yesterday I'm streaming. Oh, I need to get an Ebony Odogaron gem. I just go in like, hey, can somebody post a quest with an Ebony Doggo gem? And within 5 minutes, we killed it and I have a gem.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that you can do in the older games. And a lot of people don't like that. Like myself, like I took advantage of that, but at the same time, I'm like, man, feels like kind of abusing the system, doesn't it? It's just like, oh, I just need this hyper 2% drop rare material. I'm just going to get it at a 100% rate. And a lot of people do have issue with that.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I really didn't like about Wilds. It was that, I don't expect to sit there and grind a monster forever, but I felt like I was getting the materials for all the weapons and gear for it so quickly in comparison to, it's like a couple of runs, 3 runs, 4 runs, and then that's it. Whereas in other times, like the Desire Sensor would really go after me, which would necessitate that I hunt that monster more, which was good because, I want to do that. I want to hunt the monster mode. I
remember hunting Nargacuga 20 times for a friend because he couldn't get a gem to drop. Not a gem, a mantle to drop.
Legiacris.
And I sworn.
I spent like 6 hours trying to get the last piece for my full set in Monster Hunter 3U. It was crazy. Actually, now that I've played 3U, what do you think of Underwater? I hated the underwater system in 3U. I want to know.
In 3U, it was miserable. Yeah, okay. Absolutely. I did not like. I mean, it's like I like the immersion of going underwater, and I still have fond memories, even though I didn't like the game. I still remember it very fondly the first time that you're like, oh yeah, we just need you to go over to zone 12 or whatever it is and get us some monster guts, whatever, on these stupid fishes. It's like, it'll be super easy, no problem. Then you get there and there's like a laggy. And this is like my first month. I'm like, what the hell? There's a terrible, scary monster in here. What's going on? Like that. And you're out of your element and you're thinking about, oh, and there's oxygen and there's bubble. Wait, does 3U have oxygen? I think they took that away, right?
I don't remember. I think so.
I don't think you have oxygen in 3 Ultimate because this was Try. When I played it, it was in
Try. Okay.
try had oxygen. You had like it's like Sonic, you have those things that bubbles come up and you have to go like the bubbles go like burp, burp, and then you recover your breath.
Yeah.
So it's like you had that on your mind, like, oh, I'm drowning, and there's a big monster, and I'm supposed to get these fish things, and I don't know what to do. Like I have fond memories of that, but at the same time, once that, the novelty of the whole experience goes away, and it's like, oh, I have to actually fight underwater. I remember I would always do the most that I could to get the monster out of
Out
the
of the
water. And
water.
this was when I was playing 3 Ultimate with my friend Hengist. We would always try to like force conditions where we'd fight the monster out of the water. And if the monster would go into the water, we'd like leave and go
Hmm.
gather or something like that and
Hmm.
then come back when he was out of we would actively not fight him on the water. So yeah, old school water, not a fan.
Yeah.
The way that they did water in Wilds, that was fine. A lot of people didn't like it either. A lot of people wanted to skip, and there are ways to kind of like skip the water if you're good enough. But I didn't have an issue. Do you know how it works with the water
I've seen
in
stuff
Wilds?
where you're underwater and you use your slinger to.
It's Clutch Claw.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Clutch Claw 2.0.
Uh,
It's fine. I don't have an issue with it.
yeah, it looks fine. Like I don't know how you would solve it. See, because I'm basically in the same spot with you. I like the underwater aesthetic. I like oh my god, what is that underwater? It's a fucking Legiacris in the deep. It's glowing red eyes. It's scary as shit. You can't see the bottom. But it's just a miserable thing to do, and it actually is pretty
Yeah.
immersion breaking for me because I can't. Where's he getting the leverage to swing his sword around like that? Why is he swinging his sword around like that? I kind of, I kind of thought that it would be nice to have that, but it be mostly a kind of game to just get him out of the water. Like you're like maybe everybody has spears. Like there's like an underwater spear thing, and the point is to try and get him to get out of the water, and then you can fight him normally once he's pushed away. Because it's a nice aesthetic, but like gameplay wise, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
Did you say that you didn't like the game? Because I heard that.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Tri, when I first started playing it, I didn't like it because it was the first Monster Hunter I'd ever played, and I didn't understand. I didn't know what to expect. And so
Hmm.
I was used to more traditional RPGs where, like, oh, so we go through the level, we kill the small guys, and there's a boss at the end. And that game was more like, oh, you just fight the boss. And I'm like, well, my brain can't comprehend the logic behind this. What do you
Right.
mean I just fight the boss? What about the small dudes? What about the progression until we build up to fight the bad guy? It's weird. And he's also not bad. He's just a monster. He just happens to be like that. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the whole concept, I didn't get it, and the loading between zones because I wasn't invested. Like that's another problem. There's a lot of problems that you see in it when it's your very first entry. Gaijin didn't like it either the first time he played it.
Hmm. Yeah, I was the same way with World. It took me a second to realize, oh, this is great.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I actually had a couple more questions for Dustbloods, but we got distracted, so let me circle back
yeah,
to Dustbloods. Um, do you have concerns with it being on the Switch too?
yes.
Yeah.
Of course I do, because there's hardware limitations to take into account. There's, we already have latency from regular netcode on regular consoles and even on PC from software titles.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they can figure that out, but at the same time, I just don't know what to expect. I mean, Night Rain was not super problematic, and I was constantly playing with people from the States.
Hmm.
Very rarely that we have like, oh, we have a serious problem here. We had a couple of instances where we did, but I think it was more situations that happen with the specific person's internet, because you would also hear like their Discord failing a little bit and stuff like that. So you're like, okay, so we're having latency, but it does appear to be more related to someone's internet. So in a way, I have a little bit more faith because again, Night Rain, it ran fine mostly, even when you're playing from people outside of your continent. So maybe that's kind of like they figured out the netcode a little bit better than what they did with Elden Ring and all the previous titles. So that's something. But the
Hmm.
other thing still is the hardware limitations and Nintendo Online and all of that stuff. We'll have to see how they tackle that. But that's my biggest concern. It's more about the online, even though there are some concerns about the hardware. I'm pretty sure they're just going to go the DLSS route and whatever. And visually, it's not going to be the most impressive thing ever, but it should play fine at like 30 FPS, 40 FPS, something like that. And I know that for a lot of people, like, oh, if it's not above 60, I ain't playing it. No, that's fine. Like, I have no problems playing games at 30 FPS if I enjoy the game enough and if the visuals justify. So, like, Rise and Sunbreak for me was not problematic to put, I forget how many hours, 700 hours or however much it is I put into that game on the Switch. That was not a problem. So I'm pretty sure that I can play Duskbloods on the Switch just fine too.
Do you think it'll stay a Switch exclusive or it'll eventually get out of the Switch? Because the only time I've ever remember it doing that was Rise. I don't remember any other thing on the Switch leaving the Switch.
It's kind of rough because I've always said it's obviously timely, temporary. It's going to come out on PC 100%, no question in my mind. And then the other day, I was on stream and that same question, came up, and I said the same thing, and people were like, "Well, what about Bloodborne?" I was like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah.
you got me." Actually, that's a really good point. I haven't played Bloodborne in so long that I almost forgot it's still stuck. It's not even stuck on PlayStation 5. It's stuck on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Forget not even leaving the platform. It never left the console it came out on. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of deal they have with them. I do feel that by the time From Software is negotiating Bloodborne, which was after Dark Souls 2, I feel like that's a From Software that's negotiating from not necessarily a point of weakness, but not necessarily the same point of strength that they're at right now. So they're negotiating from that point. And Miyazaki's objective, this was like confirmed through interviews and stuff, was that he wanted to learn how to program in the new console. He wanted to learn how to work with PlayStation 4 technology. That was like the reason why they decided to make it an exclusive, because they got to work with Sony directly and they helped them in developing the game specifically for that console. So they got to really just take advantage of everything that the PlayStation 4 had. And so from that, he's getting a lot of value out of it, but he's not necessarily getting the value of keeping the IP. But this time, considering the position that From Software is in, I feel like they can negotiate not having it be exclusive.
Hmm.
Whether or not Nintendo is going to allow that, that's a different conversation altogether. So it's like, I think it's in From Software's best interest for it not to be an exclusive. And to an extent, even though likely Nintendo Japan is not going to see it this way, to an extent, it is in Nintendo's best interest for the game not to be exclusive, because you want it to be cross-platform so that even when the population dips, you still have likely a PC player base that's picking the game up on sale on Steam. And that's revitalizing the player base consistently, which is going to mean that, the people that are on Switch, they're not going to be like, man, this game's fucking dead. I don't want to pay for Nintendo Online to play a dead game. That's going to be the issue.
Yeah. So maybe that. Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be cross-platform ever. Like even if it comes out on PC, Night Rain's not cross-platform now.
Yeah, because it was the first one.
Yeah, the first one to.
So they've learned that it was their first like
multiplayer,
real multiplayer focused game.
Okay.
And I think that they probably got hit with that feedback pretty friggin' hard. I know we definitely, everybody that was, all the creators that were in the review thing,
Yeah.
we all gave them that feedback. We're like, bro, why is it not cross-platform? Like, what are you doing? So it's like, we definitely gave them the feedback. Whether or not they're going to take that to heart, that's a different conversation. But like, I'm hoping that they've learned, because they're probably, I mean, I don't know what the player base is looking like in Night Rain on Steam right now.
Real good.
I bet
strong.
it's not real good on Xbox.
No, No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm shocked, you know? So it's like, sure, it's still doing good on Steam. I don't know how good it's doing on PlayStation, probably still holding on PlayStation, but I bet it's not doing gangbusters on Xbox because it's isolated on the Xbox ecosystem.
I have a funny story. When Night Rain's open beta was out, I had access to a bunch of codes because I sent in a bunch of emails, and lots of people in my Discord sent in a bunch of emails, and we had a surplus of codes. So I'm streaming one day, and I'm like, join my members only Discord. We're giving away codes. We have so many codes, we can't even give them away. But it's just a joke. And then like a ton of people joined in. Codes? You have code?
Oh my God, bro.
Everybody in my Discord hated me. They hated me about it though. They're like, next time I just will pay you not to fucking do that. They were so, but
Oh my God.
the codes ran out quickly, except the Xbox codes, because you couldn't give those away. Nobody had an Xbox to use those with.
But the funny thing is, wasn't it? I forget if it was Night Rain. I think it was Night Rain, where it was like borked. The launch of it was borked on the very first stream that me and Cowboy did. It was just a podcast because we couldn't play.
Same.
But apparently people were playing on Xbox just fine because nobody's playing over there.
I didn't know about that. But yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. I remember seeing streams of people playing, and I was like, how are these people playing? And they're, oh, yeah, they're on Xbox. Like, what do you mean? I can't play on PlayStation? All these people are playing on Xbox? But yeah, it was weird. But I hope that Xbox people will go like, oh, here's another Xbox. Or it's like, no, bro, I'm just being a realist. I just don't think there's that many people playing Night Rain on Xbox.
Do you think there's going to be another Xbox? Do you think they're going to make another one? Because I'm having my doubts at this point.
I think that whatever is going to happen in console manufacturing, we're definitely not going to see anything this year and likely not going to see anything next year. And then depending on how the situation evolves around the world,
because of the
we
AI
might start seeing,
and stuff.
Yeah, we might start seeing stuff in 2028 because like, I don't know if you've checked the way that RAM prices increased, because you hear about it all the time. Oh, RAM price is so much higher. I did this exercise on stream. I went to the last PC that I made, which was a streaming PC, because my streaming PC died at some point last year, so I had to buy a new one. And the RAM that I bought costed me 120 euros. That same RAM kit, when I checked it, this was a couple of months ago. When I checked that RAM kit, it was 500 euros.
Oh.
Actually, it was 530 or something ridiculous like that.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't quintuple, but it was more than quadrupled.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like with RAM going like that, this is actually one of the reasons why I already bought a Switch 2. With RAM going like that, because RAM is not just used on PCs, and it's also the stuff that constitutes RAM is not just used for RAM. This is the same stuff that is used for SSDs. So SSDs are also going to become more expensive if they're not already. They're likely already more expensive at this point. I haven't really checked prices because luckily enough, I went into 2026 with pretty solid PCs. They should last me for at least 2-3 more years, give or take. So I'm good. I'm not even looking at prices because I don't want to get scared. But yeah, the prices of storage in general and RAM are going to go completely through the roof. And a lot of people seem to believe, like, the usual console warrior crowd, they're going like, PCs, more like break your wallet. I'm so smart. Those people are about to have a rude awakening when all the consoles start becoming more expensive as well.
Yeah, $900 consoles is also.
Oh yeah, that's 100% happening.
Yeah,
straight up. And I believe that the Switch is also going to be one of those. And I was able to get a pretty sweet deal on Black Friday. I got the Mario Kart edition for 400 euros, which is
good job.
Usually the Mario Kart edition in Portugal, I think that's the one that goes for 550, if not more, maybe 570. I forget how much that goes for. So I got it for like 400. I was like, oh, hells yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up right now. Be ready for Duskbloods and not have to pay like 600 or 700 when they increase the prices later, which is 100% happening. Especially because doesn't it have better storage? I don't even know how much storage that thing has now. 128, 256,
256.
Oh yeah, that that's raising in price 100%. Yep. Also bought a chip, one of those express cards, whatever. I was able to get it for like €100 as well, 512 gigs before the prices went up, which that's going up as well. Everything that is storage related is going to go up.
The only thing that I think might be a bit, I kind of, okay, so since I've been playing a lot of old stuff, I've always kind of been like, I don't see the why do we need better graphics? Like we're done. Like we're done. I go and I play Death Stranding. That's as good as I need. I don't need it. I don't need a single pore more, you know, or even just like Metal Gear Solid 5 from back in the day. Like that looks great to me. I don't think we need any more. And so things keep getting more expensive, and we continue to have diminishing returns when it comes to the graphics, but they keep adding a bunch of fancy shit. I saw you got into a controversy on Twitter because you were talking about how shit ray tracing is.
That's not controversy. There's a couple of fucking brainlets that have no idea what they're talking about on Twitter, bro. I'm a double down, quadruple down, fucking quintuple down on that shit. RTX was a mistake.
Yeah.
It is a net negative in gaming, 100%. People who don't think this are fucking delusional. That's it. Like, that's one of those takes that I will die on this hill. Okay, bro? Like, sure, there's a couple of people going around, RTX, my reflections, they're so good for the first 5 seconds that you look at them, and then you never look at them again. Either that or you're a fucking snob. Either way, you're not playing the game. I don't care. Like, straight up, the whole RTX controversy, that's not a controversy to me. That's just a bunch of people that are fucking insane.
I totally
and
agree with you.
RTX is not the only thing. You think that's the only controversial one? I don't think I've said this one yet, but I'll say another one. 4K is also another mistake.
Wow.
And the worst part, I wish I had never even done 4K. I swear to God, bro, I wish I had never even done 4K because my whole setup is like optimized for 4K. I wish I had never done that. I wish I had stuck to 1440p. 1440p is the perfect gaming resolution.
That's what I'm doing now.
The thing is, the problem is they just keep manufacturing more 4K screens. Eventually, 1440p screens are going to be harder to come by. But like, if you have a 1440p setup, stick to that. That's the perfect golden resolution. You have less performance issues. You have so many less problems if you don't do 4K. So yeah, RTX was a mistake and 4K was a mistake. When it comes to gaming, if you want to talk about like movies and shit like that, sure, bro. Hell, make it 8K, 16K. I don't care. Because at that point, you're not dependent on the performance of the thing. It should just run fine at like 24 FPS or 48 or whatever format you happen to be watching on. But if you're playing a game that requires a response, RTX just fucking sucks. It just does.
Yeah.
And it is compounded because people keep telling me, oh yeah, but the light maps, they're prohibitively too big. And I'm like, exactly. The second part, 4K was another mistake. If it was 1440p, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be quite as big. They wouldn't need to be as detailed. There's just like so much to argue when it comes to this stuff. Because what is happening now, in my opinion as well, is like, okay, so we have 4K and we have RTX, but we need DLSS or FSR and all of this bullshit just to make sure the damn thing can hit 60 FPS.
Yeah.
And what happens is, those visuals at 4K with DLSS and all this other bullshit on top of it, they look worse than they would at native 1440p. So what's the point? What exactly do we get? Nothing. It's worse and it's more expensive.
It seems to me, I don't know anything, you know, I'm guessing. But it seems to me like it's just weird experimental bullshit to justify the continued increase in prices.
Yeah. It doesn't just seem to you. 100% that's what it is.
And like
they just want to like, oh, but we need more power on these GPUs so that we can give you 4K. And it's like, who asked for 4K at this point? Everything people wanted was 60 FPS. Like, if you remember back in the PlayStation 3 days and the Xbox 360 days, nobody was asking for 4K. People just wanted more frames. So if you were able to provide 1440p 60 FPS without all this RTX bullshit, DLSS, AI, frame generation, et cetera, people would take that a million times more than they would take 4K with all the bullshit that comes with it. And we're ruining the planet with all the fucking AI nonsense.
It would
So
be
it's like,
one thing.
it's a quintuple negative.
It would be one thing if I could see a significant improvement in the last like 5 to 10 years. Given the price increases. But like when you go and play old games and you see the fucking change in graphics from 1998 to 2001 by itself, and you're like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Like if it was that kind of, if it was the incredible progress in graphics that they made from 5 years back in the day, now then maybe okay, yeah, fine, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like triple the you triple the price of these fucking computers, but like that's a lot. But it's not. It's tiny incremental returns on this investment, and a lot of the games today just don't even look as good to me. They don't run as well, and it's not important that they look photorealistic in many cases, because it's not even a essential part of their art style for them to look photorealistic, and they still run like shit. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a problem, and one of the biggest issues that kind of like caused this is the fact that the way that these companies have been competing, it's like one of them sucks and then the other one takes advantage of that and wins over. And then eventually it flips around sometimes. And now this other one sucks. So like you see the processors, for instance, right? It was like, oh man, AMD fucking sucks. They can't get their heads out of their asses. So Intel just completely dominated the processor game for fucking decades. Then eventually, AMD comes out with the Ryzen, and they start actually making proper improvements, and people are like, oh my God, Ryzen's so good. Now, AMD is much more competitive when it comes to processors, and at the same time, Intel shits the bed. Like they had like their 13th or 14th generation Intel processors that had like a friggin' bazillion issues with a ton of different games. And it's the same thing with GPUs. And this is where the problem comes from. There was a time where a lot of AMD GPUs were kind of garbage. So everybody went NVIDIA and they never came back. Everybody just buys NVIDIA. So whatever NVIDIA does, that's what we're going to get, because that's what the developers have to develop for, because the majority of the market is NVIDIA. And until people, decide to buy something different, which is a risk, like I take that risk because I look at it and I'm like, I need to get hardware that's close to top of the line. I don't need like top of the line hardware, but I need something that's very, very powerful. And I just look at the prices and I'm like, I'm not getting NVIDIA. Fuck that. It's like 2,000 euros. I mean, that's going to sound like a bargain in 2026.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like back when I was looking at the 4090, I'm like, 2,000 euros for a 4090? You're crazy, bro. I'm not buying that. Screw that. Now that's going to sound like a bargain. People are like, what do you mean, bro? 5090 is like 5K. Like, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No,
that's the situation we're in. Like NVIDIA is the de facto standard. Developers need to develop for NVIDIA, and therefore people just keep buying NVIDIA because all the games are optimized for NVIDIA. That's the problem that we're in, because we can't even have different rendering technologies work properly, because most games don't even support Vulkan, which is like an alternative to DirectX. But everybody just uses DirectX, and people don't even understand DirectX is terribly optimized. It's atrocious. It's so bad. But nobody even knows, because a lot of times you say Vulkan, people are like, what's a Vulkan? Is he talking about Star Trek? No. But whatever.
I just hope my PC doesn't break. I don't want to spend these prices. I'm not doing it. We're sticking with what we got. We're sticking at the 1440p. We're sticking with my 4080. We're not doing nothing until for like 5 years, when hopefully prices go down. I don't know that they will.
You know what the plan is 5 years from now? I mean, hell, they want you to do it now, but what you're going to be doing is you're going to be renting the hardware.
No, I can't.
That's what they want. They want you to rent the hardware. They want you to rent your house, rent your car, and rent your hardware. You will own nothing. That's I know that that's like big conspiracy theory or whatever, but it's like, Doesn't sound like much of a conspiracy to me nowadays. Not with these friggin' prices, bro. You got to be a billionaire if you want to be playing video games.
I like that meme where it's like, I hope you believe in cyberpunk dystopias. You're in one, and it's the fucking pirates
Yeah,
in
exactly.
cyberpunk dystopia hats and shit. Okay, let me go look at my list. We talked about Night Rain. We talked about Dustbloods. We talked about Monster Hunter. What about? I know you played Pragmata. Did you enjoy your Pragmata?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Pragmata is going to be a ton of fun, but it's I don't think Pragmata is going to be the type of game that you're going to be, putting
Yeah.
300 hours into, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one of those games going to be kind of like a one and done, but I think it's going to be really fun because of the way that the puzzle sections work. I
I,
think that those are really good.
I was surprised by it. Like I kept looking
Did you play
at
the
yeah,
demo?
yeah.
I
I
don't know
played the
what the
demo.
sketchbook demo is because I haven't played it yet.
I
Because
think
I'm
it's the
like,
same thing you played in your
I don't I don't think it is
no?
because I think I saw people speed running that. They were doing it in like a couple of minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but that's not that's if you speed run it, you
Do
fight
you
that
fight a
big
boss at the
yeah,
end?
you fight a boss at the end and it's a big robot and it shoots missiles, I think. You can shoot it in the back and it's got
Oh yeah, and then she does the thing where it stops time. She hacks all the missiles at the same time to do like the Spartan rage moment or whatever.
I don't remember, but yes,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
She
then it probably is the same demo that I played. So it's like that's another reason why I haven't gone back to play. It's like, well, I already played that demo at Gamescom, and that's quite enough of spoiling the game experience to me at this point. Like I'm very happy with what I played. I just want to play the final thing.
it's surprisingly fun. Like I would look at the little mini game that you played. I'm like, man, that looks stupid. I don't want to fucking do a little mini game before I have to shoot things. But no, it's surprisingly good. Like it's the kind
Yeah.
of thing you don't it doesn't click with you until you're holding the controller and doing it yourself.
Yep. 100%. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really really fun when I played it the first time at Gamescom.
Yeah, it's also just it just looks really nice. And it's smooth. It runs really well. It's nice to see a Capcom game run really well.
Oh, does it not have performance issues or anything like
No,
that?
no, no. It's
Yeah.
remarkably optimized. At least the demo is.
It's one of those things with the RE engine and potentially open world games. When Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, I wasn't sure that that was the main reason. But now that we have two examples, it does appear to be that the bigger the game world is and the amount of things that you have to load in at once, that appears to be the
Mhm.
kind of like the failure point of RE engine.
I buy it. Okay, well, damn, we're an hour and a half in and we haven't even talked about uh, anything.
I'm a professional yapper, man. So, you know?
No, it's good. We covered things well. But I'm curious on your thoughts on. Did you play Expedition 33?
I played Expedition 33. I did three live streams of it. I think the first one was 6 hours, and then the other two put together probably come close to like 7 or 8. The biggest thing with Expedition 33 is that it wasn't working in my channel, and you know how the algorithm shenanigans is.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I had to stop playing it. And then because if you're at least in my case, because I stream a lot, if the game I'm playing I'm not making content on it, it becomes very challenging to do that. So it kind of fell by the wayside. But I liked it a lot.
Okay. Uh, well then, I guess I'll just ask since it got into an AI controversy. Expedition did, and so did Divinity. I don't know how you feel about Divinity and Larian Studios, but they also got into a controversy because they what did they do? They talked about how in before they made concept art, they used AI, and then and then the concept art was made by the artist. I think based on what they talked about with the AI prompts, they used it as inspiration
Basically
for the concept.
they used AI as a placeholder is my understanding. And it's like AI is going to be getting used by just about everybody. It's just how much are they using AI? Like, for instance, a good example of terrible AI usage is YouTube. YouTube is deciding what's appropriate to have on a video based on AI. That's obviously moronic because there's going to be a lot of false positives. There's going to be a lot of nonsensory that's going to happen with that. Just in my case, I had a video that was flagged, and then I had to make a new video, and then a week later, the video that was flagged was unflagged, and I'm just like, oh, I contested the flag, and it came back 5 seconds later saying, no, it 100% is flagged. Forget about that video, never going up. And also, here's a community warning and all this nonsense. And then, like, a week later, they just approve the video and it goes out without me even controlling it, mind you. And then suddenly there's like 2 same videos on my channel. It's like, what the hell? But, this is poor usage of AI. Another poor usage of AI, the whole thing about YouTube is putting a lot of AI into the pipeline. That's a problem. But I forget. There's just like a million different poor usage of AIs that you can see throughout, like even just going onto Twitter and you see that people are using Grok to put bikinis on everybody. Hey, Grok, put Rurikhan in a bikini. Well, definitely didn't need to see that. Nobody did that to me so far because the people that follow me are sane, so they wouldn't want to see me in a bikini. I guess
the people that follow me are not. You're doomed. You're done.
That's fine. Put me on a bikini. I don't give a crap. Make sure it has a nice bulge at least, okay? But so like that's poor usage of AI. Now, there are some situations where I think AI can be useful. Like one of the situations that I've talked about is, for instance, animation. Like if you've ever worked with animation and you know about keyframing and all of this stuff, a lot of keyframing work is repetitive, boring stuff. If you can like automate some of that with the use of AI, and you still get to keep your creative vision, but the animators get to focus on doing cool animations, and they just have AI do the more boring ones, I think that's fine. Now, when it comes to concept art, it's very hard to judge without actually having seen it, because for all we know, oh yeah, it generated a piece of art and it looks like a piece of crap, but somebody looked at it and it's like, oh, okay, I can see what it's trying to do, and then it just like, they went in and they did their own version of the concept art.
Yeah,
I don't see a huge problem with it. And I don't think that Sven Vinke is over here like firing a billion people to be replaced by AI, like fucking EA and Ubisoft are doing all the damn time. So for now, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Again, if it comes out that, oh, actually, they've been doing some really messed up stuff. But right now, I just think it's people capitalizing on the drama. That's the problem. It's very hard to judge everything nowadays because you never really know the facts. Because there's a bunch of people that will jump on hate trains to bandwagon, and they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, I used to work there," and then it turns out, "Yeah, bro, you were scrubbing toilets."
It seems like it's motivated by just anti-AI sentiment in general, and not necessarily what they did specifically.
I'm anti-AI though.
That's
I'm
fine.
I'm anti-AI for a lot of things.
That's fine, but like this specific thing with Sven and Larian seems like an overreaction, because like let's say I'm a guy and I'm trying to describe what the concept art is, and I can't draw, but I'm trying to tell the concept artist what I want from them, to do their job. And so I type in a prompt and I'm like, okay, this shade of green is what I want from this thing that's in this prompt that I can't draw. So I made a prompt from it. And the pillars should look somewhat like these pillars. And so now the concept art guy has an idea of what I'm talking about. I used it as a way to express a concept, because I'm maybe not able to express it well myself. And so then the concept art guy's like, okay, here, is this what it is? And then I'm like, great, perfect. And then the amount of AI that's actually gotten into the pipeline is tiny. So if that's it, and that's what I'm supposed to be outraged about, I can't bring myself to care if that's what was going on with Larian.
Now with Clair Obscur, I'm not 100% sure, because I've seen so much stuff on it that I kind of think that now there's also people faking outrage about it, and I no longer know what's true about that situation.
What I heard is that they had a placeholder in the files, but that it didn't make it into the full game or something. They took it out, before the game released or something along those lines, or they had forgotten about it. Maybe the game came out and they had forgotten that they had that as a placeholder, and then they replaced it with like it's like a texture or something that they had that they forgot was left in there from a placeholder day. And if that's what we're talking about, that's just not. I think what's happening is that there are people that are just generally anti-AI for moral reasons. Like their position is like it's wrong to use AI in any facet, and it poisons the entirety of the work. It's trained off of artists' art, and as a result, you can't use it ethically. And that position is finding itself in a kind of dangerous place now, because AI is about to be normalized in a lot of people's eyes. Did you play Arc Raiders?
No, but I've heard about what happened with AI there with the voice actors and stuff like that.
I guess they paid the voice actors and then they trained them off the voice actors' voices, and now it's all of the voices are AI generated based on the voice actors that they paid.
With the Arc Raiders thing, it's actually quite simple. If I want to sell my voice to AI, that's my fucking business.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I've actually been offered, by the way, for by the network that I was under.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Oh, we'll pay you." I forget exactly how much it was, to let us use all of your videos to train our AI data set. I was like, "No,
No.
I don't want you to do it." They probably still did it, and I probably could have gotten paid for it because they probably still did it anyway. Because nobody fucking cares. Everybody just steals everything.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, no, I don't want you to train no fucking AI on my data. Fuck that. I don't want that. But people are still scraping your stuff regardless of what you do. But yeah, the thing is, if I wanted to sell my voice to AI, that is my business. So if the voice actors were okay with it, even though I don't think they should have done it because that makes things worse for all the other voice actors that are coming in after them, as somebody that does know a few people that do voice acting, I think it's really bad for everybody else that they did it. But at the end of the day, I thought y'all lived in a free country. It's like I thought that was the whole point. And if somebody wants to sell their voice to be used for AI, they're entitled to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
I think it's interesting because it's really useful for the game, because now if they want to write a bunch of dialogue for quests or stuff, they don't have to bring in the people to the studio every time.
See, but that's not what they did though.
Is it not?
No, they use it for, like, say for instance, they add a new gun. I don't know what the name and guns are for Arc, but let's say they add a new gun and it's called the Smelter 5000. Now the voice will say whenever you ping it, Smelter 5000. And
Yeah.
It will say it in the voice of the act. That's what they're using it for. I don't think they're using it for whole quest lines.
I figured that they would like during these events and stuff, like they'll talk about what's going on. Oh, it's cold outside because it's like there's a cold event going on that wasn't going on release. I figured there'd be like they'd use the eye for like, hey, it's cold out here. Be careful.
They might. I don't know, but what I understood from that one was that they were just using it for the ping system.
Okay. Well, either way, it would be inconvenient to have to get the voice actor every time you want to record a voice for a new gun that they add in the game or a piece of equipment. So it's interesting. But as I was saying, Arc Raiders is huge. Like it got super popular. People really like Arc Raiders. I like Arc Raiders. I've been playing it a lot. And Claire Obscure had that supposed AI thing. It got every award in Game of the Year. Sold a bajillion copies. Well, obviously not a bajillion copies, but it sold really well. It's got critical and commercial acclaim. The Baldur's Gate team, Larian, had this controversy as well, and they're everybody loves Larians. They're beloved. They love their games, and they had AI in their pipeline. The guy that made Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which was also a Game of the Year nominee, and it's just a good game in general, was defending Sven and Claire Obscure or something like that, and saying that like everybody's kind of using it on some level, and that this is an overreaction. So what I think the reason I think this is happening and people are so up in arms about it is because we're close to it getting normally. All of these games that are so critically acclaimed are using it somewhat. And I feel like the anti-AI people that are really anti-AI are like, if we don't do something now, like it will be too late in a year.
Here's what you need to understand. I had a friend. I guess he was the fiance slash boyfriend of one of my wife's friends who lives in Canada, and she came over, and her uh, boyfriend came along with her. And he apparently used to work at EA, and this was years ago, like probably 3+ years ago, something like that, maybe 4 years ago. And even back then, when he worked at EA, he was like in charge of hiring people for coding and stuff like that. And he even said, it's like, yeah, most people nowadays, they're just using AI to code. The thing is, they just need to understand what the AI is generating so that they can implement it. So it's like, this is just so ubiquitous already. I think ubiquitous is the word. I don't know. This is just like so widespread. Because here's the thing. A lot of people that are complaining about it. And by the way, I'm somebody that complains about AI all the time. When it comes to like artistic stuff and like, people just blatantly ripping stuff off with AI art styles and stuff like that. I fucking hate that. But when it comes to, say, for instance, coding, as somebody that has a bit of a background in IT, coding is boring, monotonous work a lot of the time where you already know what you're going to write. You just have to like put it down, and it just takes time, but it's boring. There's nothing creative about it. And if you can just have an AI go in there, it's like, yeah, just do all of this fucking grunt work for me real quick and write me all of these if-thens, elses, for cycles, etc. All this, but just write it all out. Here's what I want it to do. Just write all this bullshit code for me out. It's like, if you think people aren't doing that en masse, they absolutely are. Like, there's no way from the stuff that I know about coding, which is like beyond outdated at this point, because this was like back in my college days, fucking 20 years ago, something like that. If people haven't automated that with AI yet, which they 100% have, there's no doubt in my mind that like 90% of the actual code that does grunt work in video games is AI generated right now. There's no doubt in my mind. And so it's like, it's already in there. Now it's just a matter of how are they going to use it? And is it going to be something that is going to damage the end work? And the thing is, you can usually tell when it's AI made. Because like I was even talking about this on stream the other day. I went to a mall with my kids this weekend, and I get to the mall and I look at a lot of, because you have like commercials and stuff like that all over the mall about certain products and et cetera, et cetera. 80% of those were AI generated. How do I know? Because you just know. You look at an AI image, you know it's AI. I can't even tell you exactly why, but I can tell the difference most of the times.
Yeah.
You can just, you look at it and you know, oh, it's missing something. This is 100% AI. So it's like,
has no
you look at Claire
unsolved.
Obscure. Yeah. You look at Claire Obscure 33. Did anybody happen to find that AI texture? And it's like, oh, this one texture right here, this was the one, ruined everything for me. No. So it's like, and again, I'm also somebody who's extremely anti-AI. But again, AI is being used already for code. And I think that that's a perfectly reasonable thing, because who the fuck wants to be a code monkey writing if, then, else for statements when all that shit can be automated? It's boring as fuck. Anybody who thinks it's not boring hasn't done it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we're just gonna have to deal with it. Like frankly, like for me, I kind of just don't care. Like when it comes to like video games, I'm not here to moralize about AI. I just want to play a good video game, and if that I'm not going to. Oh, I'm going to boycott your game because you used some percentage of AI that I didn't like. Okay, if there's a blatant thing or something that I really don't like, then we'll talk about it then. But the situations that I'm seeing right now with Sven and Claire Obscure, these don't warrant the outrage. I think that's
Yeah, I think the situation with Clair Obscur and with Sven has been completely blown out of proportion for performative reasons.
Mhm.
You get engagement on social media, shitting on the big popular thing. Let's go and friggin' do it. Yeah, cool beans. But the reality of it is stuff like, for instance, what EA is doing, where they're like, oh, we're implementing this thing into the pipeline, and you can clearly tell, oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, we see what you're doing. And then there's like, I forget which one it was, where they just fired their entire QA staff because, oh, yeah, we're just going to have
AI
AI
do
do
it.
QA for us. It's like, wait a minute, what? These are not things that are happening in Sandfall Interactive and Larian Studios. They're
Yeah,
not firing their artists because they're using AI. Quite the opposite. My understanding is that
he's hiring more. Yeah.
they're hiring more artists right now because AI can't replace the artists, but it can make them how do you say it? Speed up the conceptual process.
I totally agree.
For a while, I had my own conundrums with a project that I wanted to do. I ended up never really doing it, but I wanted to write a story, but I'm a terrible writer. I've told you this a million times. I suck at writing. This is why a lot of my videos aren't scripted because the time it takes me to make scripts is just like it's prohibitive. But I wanted to see what it would be like if I was able to have this story idea that I wanted to have it written in a way that gives you that texture that you usually get from reading a book, because that's the part where I sucks. Like you'll tell a story and you're like, so this guy went up a mountain and then he got to the top of the mountain, planted a fag. Yay, great story, right? But when you actually add the texture, it's like, the gruesome travels of Peter Johannesburg. He went to the base of the hill, and in there he saw the corpses of this is the texture part that adds a lot of value. It is able to paint the visual image, right?
Mhm.
That's the part that I can't replicate. So I went to ChatGPT and I was like, okay, so here's the story that I want to do. Let's start with this scene, and I want you to write this scene. And this was a story about like it was supposed to take place in the universe of World of Warcraft because I played World of Warcraft for way too many years in my life. And I wanted to do a story about like this war veteran dwarf who's getting like challenged by a younger dwarf to kind of like join back up into the army and join the fight and whatever. And all these events, I had like the whole story that I wanted to tell kind of mapped out. So I just start playing out this scene and have AI generate like the whole description of the whole scene. And it took, I forget how many iterations of the story because I kept like, no, that part is wrong. I don't want to generate it. I want to change it to this and then change this part to that and this. And just like constantly refining and refining it. And eventually when it was done, I read through the scene and I actually got emotional because I was like, fuck, this is so good. It's so good. But I don't know if it was actually good. It was good because I liked it. I wrote it and I really, really liked it. I thought it was fantastic for the first scene of this story that I wanted to write. But then you start wondering, but did I write the story? Did the AI write the story? I don't know. Because like I had the outline of the whole thing. I knew exactly how I wanted everything to play out. I just didn't know how to add that texture. So like one of the things that the AI wrote, for instance, was like, it was a warm evening at the inn of whatever as character stares down the bottom of an empty tankard of ale. Like, see, shit like that, I wouldn't write it. I'm like, yeah, bro was sitting at a table at the inn. Then another bro came around, slapped him in the face, and they started fighting. But obviously there's way more to it. And it's like the descriptions, the very gritty descriptions of like the fireplace and all of this stuff, that was all generated by the AI, but it adds the texture that I don't know how to do. But I was never able to, figure out in my head, did I write the story? Did ChatGPT write the story? And so I never went ahead with the project, but I have like the whole first scene written out and I really like it.
I think that that's something we're all going to have to contend with.
Yeah, exactly.
Going forward. I don't use ChatGPT for things like that, but I have used it occasionally to troubleshoot, and I found it to be remarkably good at figuring out what issue
Oh
I'm
yeah.
having. I'm like, I don't even know the words to something, but like, here, let me describe this problem, and they're like, okay, this is what you're talking about. Here are the possible solutions, and almost always it fixes whatever trouble I'm having.
I tried teaching it to play Kill Team, the tabletop game I play. I couldn't get it to work.
Mhm.
It kept saying wrong things, and I was like, "Yep, I think this might be too complicated for you, ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok. None of y'all can figure this Kill Team shit out."
Okay. We talked about Xbox a while ago. Do you like Halo? Have you played Halo?
I played the original Halo on PC.
Okay.
I don't think I've played any other Halo besides that one.
Okay. Well, then we don't have to get into it. I was curious because I played all the Halos this year, and I saw that they were making a remake. And if you were a fan of the series, I would want your opinion. But if not, we can move forward.
No, it's like I like the idea of a remake because it would allow me to kind of like revisit what I've played there. But I've already heard from one of the level designers that they're taking a couple of liberties on that remake.
Hmm.
Where the designer just goes, "Well, you see, I put these boxes here so that you couldn't pass the warthog over there, but now you can," which kind of breaks the rest of the level design. You're not meant to be able to take the warthog over here, but now you're doing it, which is dumb.
It was kind of funny because I read that same comment string, and he also mentioned I made it so that it's possible, but that it's there to discourage you so that most people don't. But if you like really finagle it, you can get the warthog out there. But that's for like replays or people that are trying to do like insisting on doing something fancy, so that you're getting both, but that most people won't do it. And just taking it off kind of lets you he was displeased. Like he didn't think that was a good idea. And I tend to agree because I really liked the original Halo Combat Evolved. I played it.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was a lot of fun, and it had great music and a great art style. It's the art style that really bugs me with the remake, because the remake art style looks like nothing looks like the original Halo's art style. Like not even the other Halos. Even the other Halos like branched away from it, and so it's very unique even amongst its series. Whereas the Combat Evolved remake, like what I saw, it looks like everything else. It looks like any Unreal Engine game that I
You're a terrible person.
me.
You ruined the remake of Demon Souls for me. And then Smotown's constant, criticism of it on Twitter ruined it even further.
He hates
I don't
it.
even know if I don't even know if I can ever replay Demon Souls again because you guys ruined it for me. I almost feel like I'm betraying From Software if I play the remake. It does. You feel dirty after noticing all the stuff you guys were bringing up. It's like, oh no, man, feels kind of dirty. I feel like Miyazaki's sitting in a corner giving me the stink eye when I play
It's shit.
and now you're doing it for everybody else that could have possibly enjoyed the remake of Halo.
It's shitty. The Demon Souls remake is shitty. The fucking the things
The
are
animations
grotesque.
are so good though.
The animations are nice. But the bosses are grotesque for no reason. Like it completely goes against what Miyazaki talked about. His don't add gross shit for no reason. It's like almost like word for word what he said. Don't add gross shit for no reason. You have to have a purpose for it. The music botched, way worse. The voice acting, no, it's just inferior in almost every way, other than the nice particles when you shoot a soul arrow.
Interesting that you mentioned the music. I haven't seen too much into the remake of Halo, but I wasn't aware that the music was also an issue. It just always reminds me whenever, especially if you're bringing up a shooter.
Well, I was talking about Demon Souls. I was talking about Demon Souls right there.
Oh, okay, Demon Souls.
I've
I don't
heard
remember. It's been a while.
I've heard that they are going to do new music though. I don't think it's going to just use the old score the whole time.
Oh wait, I do remember. I do remember that I think on most bosses I remember being like, I like the old one better.
Yeah.
I think I do remember something like that now that you bring it up. I think I might have even mentioned that in my review. I was like, the old tracks, some of the new ones are good, but like a lot of the times I prefer the old one. I do remember something about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
we don't got to linger on
when
Halo if you're not a Halo
no,
fella.
it was just like when you brought up the music, it just reminded me of when they did that Doom Eternal trailer with mumble rap, and I was like, "What the are you? Oh my god, dude! Fire this marketing person from a cannon! God, what is wrong with you? Have legendary Mick Gordon? Nah, bro. Mumble rap. That's what the kids are into these days. You're not listening to mumble rap when you're killing demons, idiot."
Actually,
Whatever.
did you play the Dark Ages? Are you a Doom guy?
Yeah, I liked Dark Ages. Dark Ages was a ton of fun. I didn't finish it, but I play the crap out of it. I was playing it on. I think I was playing max difficulty, and I
Huh.
was having a blast with that. The biggest issue with it was some of the levels greatly outstayed their welcome because they were just big for the sake of being big.
Hmm.
I thought that was stupid. I remember one very specific example is when there was this big swamp. Then it had like a couple of structures that you would go over. It had like these demon camps, almost like an open world segment. And I was like, I don't understand because I remember because you have that mind where I just want to make sure that I complete the level before I leave. And there was like one thing that I wasn't able to find, and because the level was so fucking big, I was just running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That must have been one of the most boring streams I've ever done. It was so bad. The game was fun when it was like this close quarters combat and you're just like killing demons nonstop. That's when it was at its best. You're like figuring out the puzzle. Which weapon should I use here? Which weapon should I use there? When should I shield parry? When should I throw the shield? When should I do all these things? That's when the game was at its best. Whenever I was roaming a zone doing nothing, it was like the most boring thing ever. But I did like it.
I'm curious now because there's like the Doom games have a kind of controversy that's similar to the controversy that I always get myself into with the three games having their fans. Do you have a preference for any of the three? Which one do you like the best?
It's going to be Doom Dark Ages, unfortunately, because of the shield. The
Okay.
shield mechanic is just way too much fun for me. You know me, I'm a shield guy, so the fact that I could like block and throw and parry and do all of these things, that was just like, I love that combat flow.
Hmm. I was interested in it because I had heard that like, well, okay, so there's the people that like Doom Eternal because it's super fast paced and quick, and you have the grapple hook, and it's there's a lot of tech that you can use, and then there's the people that like the 2016 because it doesn't do that. And it's like, no, that's not supposed to be. And now the Dark Ages people, which I think most people think that one's the worst. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not really in the
They
Doom.
probably do. I have terrible taste. That's fine.
What did
See,
you
the
think?
thing is, I'm not looking for other people's approval on the things that I like, as a lot of people tend to do on the internet. Like they just feel the need to come and shit all over the thing that you like. It's like I don't care. I like Dark Ages, except for the thing that I pointed out where some of the levels are way too fucking big and it's dumb. But other than that, that
Yeah,
game is a ton of fun.
I kind of care. Like, I think it grates on you if people keep coming to bug you about it
Yeah,
eventually.
it bothers me that people keep coming trying to convince me of their point of view,
Yeah.
but it doesn't change my opinion on it. I don't care.
Hmm.
It bothers me that somebody is there just going like, stop having fun. It's like, no. That's why I said, like, what you did your video, and
Yeah.
then you left.
And then I left.
That's
Like,
that's the thing to do. Is that not like
people,
all these people that just keep coming fucking back, just like, oh, it's so bad. How can you still be playing? And it's like, oh, sorry, it's fun. I like it. Leave me alone.
yeah, yeah. I have the same thing somewhat with Night Rain because I still play and stream Night Rain
Oh
sometimes,
yeah,
and
that also happens with Night Train as well.
there's
Both of those games. So my two favorite games for 2025 have these stragglers that keep coming back, telling me how shitty the game I like is
yeah,
for some strange reason.
yeah. Okay, so I'm curious about this because I also have an atypical opinion when it comes to the three Doom games because I like the story of 2016. Like I really liked the story of 2016, and I can't talk about that without some troglodyte being like, "Oh, you care about the story in a Doom game?" Yes, you piece of shit. Yes, I do. And because I really liked the Samuel Hayden. Samuel Hayden's character was great. Um, and I liked the small moments of characterization that they had on it. I liked reading the lore entries for the demon cult on Mars. That shit was cool. But I thought it was shitty in Doom Eternal. Like I thought it was, they ruined Samuel Hayden's character. I thought the characterizations was almost all bad, except for that one aura farming moment with the fucking cannon, where he grabs the guy's key card and he like drags them across, and everybody's scared of him. That one was cool. But I really hated the story of Doom Eternal, and I've heard it's worse than the DLC, as I haven't played those. And I have heard that in the latest one it's even worse because now it's not just small. I've heard that the latest one has lengthy cutscenes that like are trying to force the story into your face when you just don't care. You just want to get away with it.
I mean, have you not played Dark Ages then?
No, I haven't. I'm just going by secondhand knowledge.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to play it, so feel free to spoil if you.
I mean, the thing is, I never finished it, so I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, I haven't finished it. I have played a decent chunk of it, but I think I was like 70% whatever completion by the time I stopped playing. But it's like they do have some lengthy cutscenes that I was like, man, I just want to go back to killing demons. I don't really care that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand where those people are coming from 100%.
Okay. We should probably wrap up. Let me see. Did you play any of the other Game of the Year nominees? Did you play Silksong?
No, I have bought it for the Switch too, but I haven't played it yet. Let me see. What were the other nominees?
Hades
Did I play
2?
a single Game of the Year Oh, I played Hades 2. Hades 2 is a ton of fun.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I did the same thing that I did with Hades 1, which I hate myself for doing that every time.
You played it in early access, didn't you?
I played the fuck out of it in early access. It's the same thing I did with Hades 1. And then when it comes out, I never touch it again. It's like, I'm actually kind of scared because there's another game that I've already played a ton of in early access. And I want to get back into it, but the game's not finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's No Rest for the Wicked. That game's so good.
Oh,
I played the early access. I'm waiting for them to finish the damn thing, and they're never finishing it. They're still like, oh, yeah, we're coming out with the co-op stuff and all of this. And I was like, God damn it. Finish the game. I want to play it. I don't want to be playing it during these early access things.
Didn't that guy recently get into a fight with someone on Twitter? Who did he get?
Yeah,
who did he get into a fight?
He did with Mike Ibarra, and fuck that guy. Fuck Mike Ibarra.
Who's Mike again?
Mike Ibarra is the former president of Blizzard. This is somebody, okay, to give you an idea on this person's character, right? We were at BlizzCon, I forget which year it was, and bro goes on stage and says, nah, man, they're going to have to drag me out of here, as in, like, I'm staying in this company till I fucking die. 2 weeks later, he quits.
Wow.
Literally, it was like, if it wasn't 2 weeks, might have been less. Bro's got no spine. And basically, the guy who makes No Rest for the Wicked was he was criticizing Diablo in Path of Exile 2. And it's like, I agree with the Diablo criticism. Path of Exile 2, not so much. I think they're doing a lot of really cool stuff in Path of Exile 2. But, he was saying like, if you want to be a man, you want to play a game like our game. Our game's a game for men. If you want to be a child, you can play games like Diablo 4, which is basically a vehicle for $65 microtransactions. Or you can play Path of Exile where you press one button, blow up the whole screen. Now, it is true that in Path of Exile, there's a lot of builds where you can just press a button, blow up the whole screen, which is an aspect of that game that I do not like. There's also a lot of builds that don't do that, and those are the ones that I think are fun to play. But yeah, so he said this, and then Mike Ibarra comes back like, oh, you don't have to put other people down. And he just fucking doubles down and slams him. And I'm just like, fucking based, bro. Fuck Mike Ibarra. And fuck the people who made Diablo 4 too. Because goddamn, I like the story of Diablo 4, but they completely fucking ruined that game with dark patterns and all kinds of other bullshit. They just they made that game into a cheap $2 whore. Actually, an expensive whore, but it's still a $2 whore. It's like a $100 whore with the quality of a $2 whore. That's what they've done to that game, which is disgusting. But yeah, he slammed Mike Ybarra, and I was like, yeah, based.
And it was
Fuck
because of the monetization that they had in Diablo 4.
Yeah, in Diablo 4. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well,
it was deserved, 100% deserved.
Yeah, then I'm on his side. I fucking hate. I've always hated the extreme monetization that you see and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
I tried. I just don't talk about it as much anymore, because anytime I talk about anything that has to do with stuff like that, with skins or microtransactions, I get slammed by microtransaction lovers. I remember it happened even back with fucking Monster Hunter Rise when the when the things first came out, when they're like making the fancy weapons for money.
The lost code weapons.
The lost code weapons, yeah.
So I have some bad news for you again.
No.
So they did that exact same thing again.
Yeah.
In Wilds.
Yeah, I figured. It's
the Cosmoloid weapons, except this time there's also an armor set associated with that.
It's a lost cause. I don't care anymore. Do what you want.
We've lost that one. We've lost that one, because I remember when I spoke about it, a bunch of people saying, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy 2 of them just to piss you off.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Why are you so broke?
Okay,
do you have any money?
Shoot yourself in both feet. Why don't you, you fucking idiot? Yeah, sure. It's like, hey, bro, don't smash your head against that wall. I'm going to do it 3 times just to piss you off. It's like, okay, the brain damage for free, motherfucker. Go ahead.
Okay. What else was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Did you play that?
Nope.
Donkey Kong Bonanza?
No, I did not play that. That did get nominated for Game of the Year, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I had a chance of getting like a free game with the Switch, and Donkey Kong Bonanza was actually sold out.
So you got Mario Kart?
No, the Switch already included Mario
okay.
Kart. I got something for my kid. I'm ashamed to admit which game it was.
I want to talk a little bit about that. Not necessarily Bonanza, but since
how ashamed I am?
No.
I want to really dive deep into this shame business you're talking about.
I'm ashamed because, okay, do you remember the last time we talked? I had made that video defending Nintendo. And I was very full-chested about it, like at the time. Like I was very like, I don't care.
That was a bad idea.
that was before it got even like worse than it normally has. But like I left that video up. I left it up for months. You know, I didn't care. I'm like, I'm right.
Did you take it down?
I took it down.
Pussy.
Yeah.
You fucking pussy.
No, because I didn't take it down because of criticism. I took it down because like, holy shit, I'm wrong. Eventually. Because Metroid Prime 4 came out. It was absolute dog shit. Like it was the worst.
Yeah, I heard you didn't like it. So funnily enough, I bought it recently.
No,
I haven't played it yet. No, I bought, but it's like, again, I bought it because how much is that game? Is it like $70 or whatever?
$70 dollars.
Yeah, I bought it for $40. So I was like, yeah, this sounds like as cheap as it's going to be for the next like fucking decade.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought it for $40. So that's the reason I bought it, because it was like very cheap.
Yeah. I was very displeased with Metroid Prime 4. I cannot believe how terribly it turned out. And the thing is, like, I was going in hopeful. Like I was like, no. I love Nintendo. I love my Nintendo overlords.
I have questions.
Yeah.
My biggest suspicion, I mean, I've seen your videos about like the dudes that don't shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's usually a problem for live streaming. But if I'm playing by myself, I don't care. I can just like tune those fuckers out straight up. I don't care that much, depending on how intrusive they are. But the point for me was I saw the gameplay, and when I first saw Samus on a bike, and I looked at that desert, I was like, oh no. I'm 99% sure that's going to be fucking miserable. Is it miserable? The desert?
It's actually inconceivably bad. Like, that's the worst part of the game. It's almost impossible to believe.
It's so funny. So let me just explain this for everybody that has a Nintendo Switch. Okay, whenever it comes to games in big wide open spaces, if they're not made by Monolith Soft, don't play them.
Don't play them.
Monolith Soft are the only ones who know how to fucking do it. Like, Nintendo should have just like, hey, listen, we'll pay you like a bunch of millions. You guys come in, fix whatever these people are doing with this fucking desert. Okay? And Monolith Soft would go in there, fix that shit. It'd be solved. But no, it's just an empty desert, isn't it? It's just an empty fucking desert. That's all it is.
It's so empty. It's not believable. Like, it's not believable.
The worst part is that I remember seeing it on the trail and I was like, ooh, that looks real fucking bad. That doesn't look good.
It's ugly too. Like, in a game that you know, the environments look really nice in other places, but the desert, it's worse than you think, because like you can't do anything in the desert when you first arrive. So because every little point of interest that you can't interact with them until you have a certain upgrade. So there's no point in wandering around collecting.
So it's linear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's an open zone, but it's linear. Man, that's fucking genius.
So like, if you wanted to interact with the desert, you'd spend a lot of time going up to points of interest and being like, oh, I can't do anything here. And then go to another one. Oh, I can't do anything here. And then go to another one. Oh, I can't do anything here. Might as well go fuck it.
It's good to know, because I'm the guy that does that. I'm the guy that, like, you know, in Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'm like, oh, I'm going to Noctilum. Oh, level 80 monsters? I don't care. I'm going all the way into this zone. I'm bypassing all these suckers. I'm climbing everything. I'm picking up everything. There's not even anything here for me, but I still want to go do it. It's fun.
Did you finish that game, actually?
What?
Xenoblade Chronicles X? Yeah.
So, not the remaster. I finished the original one on Wii U.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I know you like Xenoblade Chronicles X. Don't ever finish the remaster. Don't ever finish it so that you can keep your good memories alive. Keep your good memories alive.
Why would you do this to me?
I think the last time we talked about it, I had just started playing it. I loved
you were loving it.
I loved it. It was like game of the year. Game of the year. I don't give a fuck about anything else this year. I was having so much fun with it. And then, like, I can't even talk about it. Like,
so without spoiling,
yeah.
I know what's the big I still remember what's the big
twist
reveal. Yeah, the big twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I think there's more to it in the remake.
They added a second ending. Like, they added another ending for the game. I wouldn't be able to describe what the problem was without spoiling.
Did you like the first ending though?
So not really, no, but it wasn't egregious like the second ending. Like, I already kind of I didn't like the original ending, but it was fine.
I like the original ending. I like the original ending a lot.
Remind me, what was the original ending again?
What, the twist?
Yeah,
that's a massive fucking spoiler.
The people on the podcast don't care. Like, there's like 7 people that have finished. It's
when they finally go into the Ark and what they find inside the Ark.
Yeah, the girl's an alien.
No, that's not it.
No,
what they find is that it might have been it as well. It's been a long time.
I don't remember exactly which one's part of the second ending is what I'm.
So the thing that was in my ending when I finished the game, and maybe I didn't even finish it all the way. I don't even know. But like, the thing was, I fought the guy that is revealed to be an enemy. I forget what his name is.
Jin.
Yeah, I fight that guy. Yeah, and then after that, there's a sequence of like, oh, we're at the Ark. Finally we get all of our and there's nobody there. There's nothing there, or everybody's dead or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're basically androids working autonomously.
Yes.
That was the final reveal that I remember from Chronicles X.
Yes. That was fine. But then
Then don't spoil the rest of it for
okay.
me.
Okay, then yeah. If you're gonna play it, I'm not gonna spoil the rest of it. For
I
you.
will. I will eventually play it. I don't know exactly when, but I will eventually play the whole thing. And the thing is, I also want to finish the DLC from 3 because I finally finished 3.
Uh-huh.
Which that was hard for me to finish 3. Because I did not like.
Didn't
3.
like 3. Yeah.
After finishing 3, I still have to say it is by far the worst. By far the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've been told that the DLC does a lot of really good stuff, so I want to play the DLC to 3, and then I'm gonna go back and play Chronicles X again. But yeah, you want to know the funny thing? I played 3 on max difficulty, and I played the last fight of it when I was coming back from Gamescom, which is a 3-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
It was the whole flight.
It was the whole flight.
The final boss fight was the whole fucking flight. And I came close to losing, which would mean I have to start the whole thing all over again.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I would not recommend playing that game on max difficulty. That is a terrible idea. It is very poorly balanced.
Okay, so just to get off of it, just without spoiling,
you didn't like the ending of the second ending, then whatever. The
yes,
new stuff that
yes,
added.
that was
okay.
I didn't like the story either. Like, it's not just the ending; it's just like I didn't like all the story and build up and the characters that they added and they connected it to Xenosaga. And you probably haven't played Xenosaga.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. And I love Xenosaga. Like, I fucking adore Xenosaga. Those are great PS2 games. But I was so unhappy that I didn't want it to connect. It's like, no, you don't deserve to be connected to Xenosaga. I dare you. So it made it worse for me. You didn't make yourself better. You made Xenosaga worse.
It's so strange how they make these amazing base experiences, but then you get into the DLC and it's usually not nearly as good. So, like, for instance, love Xenoblade Chronicles 1, absolutely fucking hate Future Connected or whatever the thing is called that they've done after that. It is terrible. I hate that thing with a passion. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made that thing.
Did you like the DLC for 2?
That's what I'm going to get into. Love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I like the story of the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I fucking hate the combat. They ruined the combat of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with the changes that they've done for Golden Torna, whatever the hell it's called. And the gameplay mechanics of, like, your community thing, which for me is not a big deal because I usually just do everything anyway. So by the time I would get there, there'd be very little left for me to do on the community side to begin with. But that is also a huge problem because not everybody likes playing those games the way that I do it. So yeah, the DLC for 2 also had a lot of issues. And now I'm very curious to see 3 because everybody telling me, man, DLC for 3 is peak. You're going to love it. It's going to be amazing. So it better be real good because the base game sure as hell wasn't in more ways than one.
I wish that these DLC things would come out because I don't remember all the stuff. Like, I'm not gonna play the DLC like years and months after I've beaten the game. No, you have to do it right at the moment. Release it soon after or right away. I can't do that.
Man, it's gonna be great playing the DLC for Stories 3 for Rudy. How many months is it going to be? Like 6 months, 7 months after the game released?
For Monster Hunter Stories 3?
Yeah, there's going to be a DLC for Rudy.
They confirmed DLC for it for after release.
It's part of the deluxe edition. You haven't been following you haven't been following the drama there?
I'm not a stories guy. I'm not getting stories.
What?
No, I didn't. I don't like stories.
You've never played Stories 2?
I played Stories 2, but I just, it's not for me. I don't think it's my thing.
I can't believe. Oh my god, I'm so disappointed in you.
It was fine. It was fun. I liked like the super attack animations and the rock paper scissors style of it, but it's not my gameplay loop. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. The last one. Did you play Death Stranding 2?
No, I only played Death Stranding 1.
Did you like Death Stranding 1?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's another game I ate a couple of shit sandwiches on because people were like, shill,
Shill.
etc. It's a terrible game. It's a walking simulator. It's so bad. And then strangely enough, a couple of years later, people are like, actually, this is really
Yeah.
good. And I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so happy you've reached the conclusion that I had reached already when I played the game initially.
At the time, it was not well received by a lot of different people. But now it was like, oh, you know what? It was actually really great. And
Yeah.
okay. Well, I played a little bit of Death Stranding too.
Did you play Death Stranding 2? Oh, but you didn't finish it?
No, but
How did you like it?
so I played only maybe 3 or 4 hours. But what I ended up realizing is that they give you all the shit that you had before for free, and in fact, it's way stronger. Because like they give you non-lethal bullets right away that work against like people. You get guns that work against BTs, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
No more piss grenades?
Yeah, no more piss grenades at the beginning because like just to check, I went and I started replaying Death Stranding 1, and I'm like deep in Death Stranding 1 now. And before you get your first like gun is like forever. It's like forever. And I don't even
listen, it was so far into the game, I don't even remember using guns.
Yeah.
I remember like some type of a grenade launcher or whatever that I had at some point that I barely ever used. Like I used it on like 1 or 2 boss fights. That was about it.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't even play the director's cut when I played Death Stranding. I played the original. The director's cut added like a little taser gun that you can have sooner, but like in the original, you don't get anything to deal with humans. Forever.
I was running people over. Like I would steal their trucks and then run them over.
Yeah,
that would be how I would pacify people. I just run them over. You're pacified.
Yeah,
problem solved.
So apparently Death Stranding 2 streamlined a lot, and I've heard this criticism from some other people but I liked walking slowly over a long distance and not having access to and having to plan things out generally. And it seems to be, from my very limited experience, it's minimized. And a lot of people like their fulfillment of that game is like, oh, when I finally have all my zip lines out and I have very powerful vehicles, that's the best part of it. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but that's not the best part of it. The best part of it is when you're fucking slogging through it and walking slowly with a tower of
so that you
packages.
Feel every upgrade.
Yeah, and so like giving me all that stuff in the beginning of 2 kind of like just made me want to replay 1, and that's what I ended up doing. I'm just replaying 1 now.
Man, game's so good, made me go back and play the first one.
I'll get to it. There's also that it's a PlayStation exclusive, and it doesn't have gyro. I don't know if I talk about gyro to you a lot.
Oh, yeah. I know all about you and gyro. Yeah, I'm a big gyro guy too.
Yeah, so I'll just wait till it comes on Steam, and then I can set up the gyro for it there.
Did you play Silksong at all?
Yes, I fucking loved Silksong. It was great.
Okay. I need to play that one. I did buy it.
It's hard as balls. It's hard as balls.
Yeah,
though.
so I hear. It's just the thing is, me and 2D Metroidvanias is a struggle. Like I love Metroid Dread, but I think that's because I just like Metroid. So like, I don't know. I struggle playing 2D Metroidvania games for some reason.
It's not
struggle
for
as in
everyone.
Not struggle to play them. It's just I struggle to enjoy them, to keep coming back to them. I don't know why. But I need to force myself to play through the original Hollow Knight and then Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, you haven't even played Hollow Knight.
I mean, I played Hollow Knight. I didn't finish it again because of content.
Right.
I was recording it. It wasn't doing well. And I was like, well, fuck. That's usually the reason why I end up not finishing a lot of games. Like, well, it's not doing well. Got to think about something else, which sucks.
Since a lot of what I do is I play a lot of older games, I decided to set up a poll, and people can fund the poll with super chats. So it's like you pick what I play of your old slop, but you have to vote with money, and then whoever wins, that's the game I'll play next. And that's worked out because even if I fucking hate the game, it's like, oh, at least I got paid for it. So
at least I got paid to play it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, well, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Oh, no, wait, one more thing. One more thing. Do you know anything about the Darksiders games? Those old Darksiders. Do
Yes.
you like them?
The one that I never played is Darksiders 3.
Okay.
Other than that, I've played Darksiders 1. Love that. Darksiders 2, like that even more, despite the fact that a lot of people didn't like that one for whatever reason. I really like the art style.
It's the
But yeah,
loot.
I'm
I
a big
played it
fan of.
recently. It's the loot system. I don't like that. I don't like the loot system.
I like the loot system because it reminded me a little bit of Diablo, if I remember correctly. So
Uh,
I was like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
yeah, that's the same reason I didn't like the loot system. I've never liked that. I don't like those plus 4% fire resistance. Wow, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, were you aware that Darksiders 4 is announced
Yes.
and that it's
And it's being made by the same team that worked on Remnant.
Remnant 2?
Yes.
I'm like, oh shit. That sounds great. I want to play that.
Yep. I want to play the crap out of that game 100%. I'm super interested. I've always liked the Darksiders games.
Okay. Yeah, that was
Did
that
you play Genesis, by the way, just out of curiosity?
I've only played one and almost done with two, but that's
Okay.
all I've done with it.
So you're still going through to do it. I really like the art style of 2 is just friggin' phenomenal. I like that art style, and I like the what are they, the makers or whatever? They almost look like giant dwarves.
Hmm.
Yeah, those guys are badass, dude. I like that.
You know what? I love
I love
Death.
those.
Death's voice actor and his delivery, his fucking aura farming, edgy delivery is so
Isn't
good.
isn't he the same guy who does Illidan? I forget. Death in Darksiders 2. I wonder. Crap, they don't have the voice actor in here. But I think it might be the same guy who does Illidan. Oh no, actor name is Michael Wincott. Actors? There's 2 of them?
Maybe for a different game.
Yeah. Wonder what roles this. Oh my god, this guy's.
Oh yeah,
I
he's the
know this
Prophet of
actor. I've
Truth
seen
in
him.
Halo 2. Yeah, he's cool. He's got a great range.
Yeah. I know where I've seen this guy first. First time I've seen this guy was in The Crow. He's the villain. No wonder you like his voice. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Uh okay. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. When do you think we're getting any of these wonderful things? Like when's our From Software um announcements
I mean,
for new Dust Bloods information coming out? When are we getting a new trailer or release date?
I think all of the big things are going to be happening at the Summer Game Fest.
You don't think that maybe it would be in a Nintendo Direct since the first one was in a Nintendo Direct?
Oh, good point. Dusk Bloods would probably be in a Nintendo Direct. They would probably want to steal that for themselves, but it will still likely be around Summer Game Fest. So whatever is the direct around Summer Game Fest, because that's usually the biggest one that they tend to have for the year.
Okay.
That's probably going to be the one where they're going to be revealing it. So I'm wrong. It might not be directly on the Keeley show, but it's still likely going to be close to Summer Game Fest.
I need it sooner. I would like a February Direct with some Dust Bloods information and a release date. It's got to be somewhere in 2026, and then sometime around summers by the time I'd like to play it. I because like, well, the thing is, I'm greedy, and I need a
Yeah, you are.
From Software game to feel alive. I don't feel alive if there's not an upcoming From Software game that I'm that I'm excited about. And we're kind of like done. Night Rain's basically done. There's no more DLC for that. They might have the Dreglord Everdark, and they might do Healstore Everdark, but apart from that, I'm not sure I expect anything else from them. And I kind of want to know what they're working on next because I want a new single player game. I like these multiplayer
So
titles.
here's what you need to do since you don't have anything to do. You need to go buy a PlayStation TV. Then you need to buy an old HDMI 1.4 splitter. And then you need to buy Soul Sacrifice Delta and play that. There you go.
Well, Yeah, no, actually, I do have an idea of what I would like to do. I kind of want to play Generations Ultimate. I've heard that takes
You've
forever.
never played Generations Ultimate?
I've played it, but I've not, never sat down. And what I want to do is I want to do all the quests as I'm going through the game. I just want to, like, that's an infinite time sink from what I hear. So
Oh yeah.
just all the
Get ready
optional
for the first
quests.
5 hours to just be picking up mushrooms.
That's
You're going to
great.
be playing a whole lot as a prowler.
I was complaining about Wilds not having shit like that. It's like, okay, you're going to learn today. See what it's like back in
Yeah,
the
Generations might have a little bit too much of it.
day. I've heard. So I'm going to do all the optional quests the moment they're released. I'm not going to proceed and then go back to them later. And then once I'm done with like Star 1, then I'm going to go to the Gathering Hall and then play multiplayer with friends and do all the Star 1 quests and then go back and do Star 2 quests single player and then go do the Star 2 quests multiplayer until we're done.
So let me tell you something. One of the things that I was happiest about when GU came out for the Switch was the fact that I had already done all that on the 3DS, and I just imported my save, and I was like, oh, thank God, not doing that again.
I think this will be the year. This will be the GU year, finally.
Yeah, you see what you need to do is you need to do what I called they're deviants, right?
Mhm.
Deviants is the name of those. Yeah. You need to do Project Deviant, which is you need to go kill every EX.
I don't know what that is.
Good luck.
I'll figure out.
Yeah, it's the final version of every deviant monster. Good luck.
I'll get through it. It'll be so good. I've heard the
Yeah,
katana
yeah,
is super
sure.
strong in in that game.
I actually don't know. I know that the gun lance absolutely sucks. So there's that.
Yeah, but it's unusual for the guns to not suck.
Yeah, true. I played a lot of Sword and Shield in that one because Sword and Shield's real good. So yeah. What style are you gonna play?
I've heard the Valor style is the one that super OP because it's got a
Valor style is very good. Yeah, it's got a crazy
counter.
dodge. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so this is basically what I was leading up to with the From Software thing. Is there a preference you would want for the next single player From Software game going forward? Do you have a thing you would like?
It's like I was very curious when there was that rumor that they were working on a spell-based game.
Spellbound.
Yeah, Spellbound, whatever. I would be curious to see what something like that would look like.
I agree, but
Because
that's
you
not
always
true.
have the situation with it. Yeah, I've heard that it's not true and all of that, but that kind of like spiked my curiosity of From Software exploring more range type of gameplay and figure out spell limitations in a different way than just like, oh, you get to cast this thing 5 times in between bonfires. Unless you want to nerf the amount of heals you have, then you get to cast it like 7.
Yeah.
I've never liked that system. I've never liked the whole thing, but I always thought it was fun to like chuck spears. That was cool. It just sucked when you ran out of mana. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's fun. So I would like to see what a spellcasting game would look like from them. Spellcasting or just more ranged weaponry in general. I think that would be an interesting thing.
And we have hope for stuff like that because they did a good job with the Recluse and the Iron Eye in Night
Yep.
Rain. They're way better than like magic
Exactly.
and range is way better than they used to be.
And maybe even improve on the gun shields that they have and make them not suck, not be completely worthless,
Mhm.
like the one-eyed shield that just sucks. It's worthless, deals no damage, doesn't do anything. The only thing that thing is good for is shooting somebody in PvP. And it's like, oh yeah, if you like PV, that's too bad.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a game that finally made a gun shield and it sucks? Thanks.
I think I would like something not Souls gameplay because I'm kind of tuckered out with Souls gameplay because
You want to see something completely new.
yeah, I want to see something along the lines of Sekiro, Armored Core, even Bloodborne. That's still Soulsy, but it's different enough that I would tolerate something like that, or just like a new IP. Like take the Recluse and make a Sekiro, but like with magic. Make a Sekiro, but with Raiders gameplay style. With tanking hits rather than dodging them or deflecting them. Something along those lines. I just want to see something new because I love Souls gameplay style. I'm not going to be done with Souls gameplay style. If they made Elden Ring 2 even I would play that, obviously. But it's just, we just had Shadow of the Earth Tree, and that was just a gigantic, like 70-hour experience for me. And then there was Night Rain, which is still Souls gameplay, and now there's Dustbloods, which looks Souls gameplay, but invasions. And I just kind of don't want to do the Souls gameplay for the next single player game. At least I need at least a 1-game break.
Like I said, Spellbound could be different. Could be like a different take on the way that they do spells.
Yeah.
It's like I think of Spellbound, and in a way, Soul Sacrifice was basically just spells. Maybe they can make the next Soul Sacrifice. That'd be amazing. Something in line with Soul Sacrifice. I'd love it. But yeah, spell casting in Souls games in a better way than what we have in the base games, that would be something that I'd be interested in checking out.
Yeah, same. I also would like them to... I've harped on about this before, but I hate the scroll that they have in Souls games where you have to push up like 5 times to get to the spell that you want. Say if you want to have multiple spells.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Yeah, that's something that I don't want either. Yeah, I don't like that.
I remember in...
It needs to be something better.
Lords of the Fallen, their spell system was way better, even though, I criticized that game, but I thought the spell system on that was way better. You hold down like L1 or something, and then the face buttons and the R2 and R1 all can do different spells, so you can have a bunch of them equipped, and you can summon anyone you want at the push of a button. That's way better. You got to do something like that.
I mean,
going forward.
That's kind of like the same system that you have in Final Fantasy XIV, where you just use the triggers as modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the perfect way of doing it. Because like in 14, you can have up to 30 plus bindings on a controller.
30 plus on a controller. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Do that. Fucking do that.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that play it. It's an MMORPG. There's a lot of people that play it with just controller. And Yoshi P purposefully didn't patent it because he hoped that other people would copy that scheme into other games.
That's so based. What? He's like, yeah. Oh my God, that's so based.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we developed this thing. This is fantastic. And we hope that other people in other MMOs will copy it so that people can play MMOs with controllers properly instead of like it just being a friggin' trying to figure out how to control the damn thing. It's super intuitive to do once you kind of get used to it. It's similar to what you described from Lords of the Fallen. You just hold a modifier button and then you press the faceplate buttons and they do different things. In the case of 14, it's just that, let's say you press R2 and a little bar shows up and it shows you 8 buttons, which goes for each of the faceplate buttons and each of the D-pad buttons. And all of those can be bound to different things. Then you do the same thing with L2. That's another 8 buttons. Then you can do L2 into R2, that's another 8 buttons, and then you can do R2 into L2, and that can be another 8 buttons.
Holy
and then
shit.
You can also double tap it. If you double tap R2, that can be something different, and if you double tap L2, that can be something different again. It might actually be more than 32 now that I think about it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they go hard.
Just that, like, that's perfect. That's perfect. Like, but man, I would just take the fucking 8. Like 8's like more than I could dream of already with the way that fucking Souls games work. Imagine being able to cast any of 8 spells, but like 16, 20, 32. What?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, I remember setting it up for tanking in Final Fantasy XIV. I'd be like, okay, so I do this thing, and then it's like when you're seeing me tank, you're seeing me scroll through all these different spells at the same time. You see the bar dynamically shift depending on the buttons that I'm pressing to access other spells, and it just becomes muscle memory really, really fast. It's like it's one of the best control schemes I've ever seen for a game like that when you need to have multiple buttons. Because here's the thing: you still have the faceplate buttons without modifiers for doing other things.
For doing normal things, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So there's just a ton, yeah.
Okay. That's all I got. And my throat's starting to hurt from all this yapping. You got anything you wanted to add?
Sometimes I yap for so long I could barely breathe in between. I'm getting old, man.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I got nothing unless you're going to start to play Kill Team. Then I can talk to you about Kill Team because that's what I've been doing over the last month or so, just practicing because I'm going to a tournament this Friday.
Oh, nice. No, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, see, there you go.
All right, perfect. I think then we wrap it up. This has been the Yggdrasil podcast. Thank you all very much for coming. Rurikhan, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.